Welcome, ladies and
Are we
gentlemen.
kicking doors or what?
Oh, shit.
We are now live for session 4 of the Curse of Strahd campaign. We are waiting on one player to turn up. He's running a little late, so we're just going to do some chatting in the meantime.
Hey, Exile.
So, greetings to Death Chat and everybody else that is joining us over on Twin's chat as well, I believe. I think Twin is live also. Welcome everybody to another D&D session. All us D&D nerds up in here.
Wait, what? We're playing D&D today?
Apparently.
It's a talk show.
Yeah, well, it could be. Well, it's probably going to be a talk show for like 15 minutes while Mr. Malice, the vain one, is dyeing his fucking hair and has to wash it out, so he's running late because he can't manage his fucking time. So
we just been talking audio as well.
So on that note, I mean, just for those in the universe of content creation and everything else, we have been talking microphones and audio interfaces and whatnot. We'll talk about the Rode Pod mic, which is a mic I'm looking at getting sometime in the next few weeks. Looking at mixers and audio interfaces and what is suitable for, obviously, me and for Twin, because Twin's looking updating his audio as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at everything I'm seeing for the Rode Pod mic. You can pre-order it now, so you know, at least you get your order in and then wait for it, I guess.
And I showed them the future of this card.
Oh yes,
the tappy card.
Give everyone a rundown of the tappy card, dude, because that thing is looks fucking awesome.
All right, so the tappy card, basically, what you could do with this. All right, hold on, let me. All right, so the tappy card is just a basic card. You know, it's plastic. You know, pretty much what you can do with this is, let's say, all right, you know, you have a business card, you have to waste paper, all that shit. You have to figure out what links to put on your business card and make it look presentable and shit, right? This alone is amazing. You literally just go on a person's phone and you do that, boom, that pops up right there, and you just hit that link, and it'll take you to all your social media sites. It'll give them links to everything.
So
everything they need to know about you.
Gives a profile as well? Like you can put a profile up there, so it tells them a little bit about, obviously, who you are and what you're about. And
yep, exactly.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
And it's international, ladies and gentlemen. I jumped onto the website, and they do ship internationally. At the moment, they're on special for $12, normally $25.
Yeah, and it has also a QR reader on it too. And so anybody with an Android or an iPhone that's like has like the tap activated, you just like put this on their card. There's no, especially in a time like this, like with COVID and stuff like that, people don't want to touch you, you know. So all you got to do is just tap their card with this, and that's it.
Yeah, nobody wants.
And it's a sign of the times too.
It's no physical contact.
Yeah, it's a sign of the times too with digital media and social media, all that sort of stuff. Everything's going digital these days. So why not a digital business card? Makes sense. I mean, I'm actually kind of surprised it hasn't been thought of sooner, to be honest.
I know, right? So on mine, on this thing, I have it gives you a brief rundown. Like there's my bio right there, and then it has all the links to all my stuff. So like Mixer, my Social Blade, my Snapchat, my Twitter, all of it, my Instagram, all that shit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. If I'm at a convention, I'm just gonna go up to the phone. Let me see your phone. Boom. Now you know me. That's it. So yeah.
One thing I did want to just briefly talk about, again, for content creators, before we get started as well. I found this really cool feature that I don't know that a lot of us actually know about, and if you don't know about it, you should know about it, especially if you're using OBS Studios. I'm not sure that it works for Streamlabs OBS. I would assume that it would, because it is just it's like a third-party plugin. What it is Marvel GEQ, which is a filter you can add to all of your audio on your OBS, and it gives you a 12-band graphic equalizer. So you can EQ your mic, you can EQ your desktop audio, all that sort of stuff. Download it, install it, and it generally, if you go to your filters on your OBS, generally on OBS it comes up with the VST 2x X plugin option, and Marvel GEQ is that type of plugin. So literally, as long as you follow go YouTube it, follow the YouTube instructions. There's a couple of really good YouTube videos on it. Try it out. I'm running it on my microphone right now for the stream.
GEQ, it's
Marvel GEQ. Google
GEQ.
YouTube, search it first, Twin, and have a look at the YouTube video. It explains how to install it, because you've got to put it inside. You've got to download it and unzip it and put it inside your
in OBS.
In OBS. So
oh yeah, look at that. Look at that.
It is. What? I tell you what, it just, for those that don't want to run a program like Voicemeeter Banana, which can be quite confusing, and
which I don't. I hate that. I hate Voicemeter. I hate it.
I can't stand Voicemeter. It's a great
virtual.
It's a great virtual mixer. Don't get me wrong. Okay. It is really well thought out, and it does work, but it's just really confusing to set up.
Right.
And I used to have a lot of issues with it when I first used it.
All right, what was the site called again?
It's just Marvel GEQ is the
Marvel GEQ
is the program, but you
search it. MARVELGEQ.
Search it on YouTube. There's a really good YouTube video on it. Shall see if I can find it.
That's what it is. Exile. Just look it up.
Yep, there you go.
Summon the elders of Google.
It is a great little program, and the EQ works very, very well.
Nice. God damn it, you're small.
Oh, so are you. Holy crap. What happened?
Damn it, Evil. I don't know what happened.
I didn't do it.
All right, I'm buying my audio stuff, man. I'm doing it.
Why'd you get tiny all of a sudden? Watch, I'm going to change you back to normal, and then you're going to get fucking massive.
Yeah, you and Twin both did the same thing. It's really starting to drive. It's really starting to drive me nuts. This shit.
Already got it. Nice, Exile.
I'm massive.
That's because of Malice.
Why is the goddamn camera's not working? Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's why everyone fucking changed size, because of fucking Malice.
You want to know something? Don't blame me.
Oh, here comes all the auto hosts. The wave of auto hosts coming in, guys.
Let's go.
Oh boy.
And not only that, there he is, and now he's really small.
There it is.
Wow, he's tiny.
What
Holy
the
shit.
Fuck. Oh no, there he is. He just got bigger again.
Tiny?
Holy shit.
I got
one
big
thing
again.
I've discovered.
What she said.
The one thing I have discovered about this whole fucking Skype thing and using. There's just something going on. Every time someone joins the chat, I have to resize almost everybody. Every single time.
Yep, same.
Well,
every time.
Yeah, ditto, yep.
So while it's the whole NDI thing is a good idea, for some reason it just alters the size of the videos whenever everyone joins the Skype chat, which is a bit of a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah.
But it's not. I mean, once you get started, and as long as no one drops out, we're usually pretty good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much to fix, so we're pretty good there. So to say, just while we're shooting the shit, waiting for Mr. fucking Vane fuck over here to dye his hair. We were just talking about stream audio and microphones, audio interfaces, things like that, and I've just been talking about Marvel GEQ, which is a EQ plugin for OBS, which you're able to put on your microphone. Obviously for OBS you can put it on any audio channel that's coming into your OBS, so you can EQ your desktop audio, you can EQ your microphones, all that sort of stuff. So any EQ coming into OBS you have a slider for or an indicator for on your OBS, you can EQ it with the filter, because it's just another filter. There is a YouTube video on it. Go check it out. I'm using it, and for those in my chat, the microphone should sound a little bit more deep and just a little bit more crisp than it usually does than just a standard blue microphone, which is a good microphone, don't get me wrong. Blue mics are awesome.
Yeah.
I do like my
You
blue
like
mics.
it, Book? Thanks.
So, now that everyone's here,
Yes.
let's get started, I guess.
Sure.
Is everyone in Dur mode? Got our character faces on.
What?
We need to channel our inner
wait,
characters, so get your game faces on. Let's.
I'm essentially loading everything up.
Okay, so sort your shit out.
I washed my hair and I ran my ass over here to get started. So.
Yeah.
Right, so ladies and germs and those of other chats, don't forget also, if you are wanting to see the show from everybody's perspective, you can go visit Rare Drop. That is a cool fucking orc overlay, dude. What's that one called, man? That's awesome.
It's Raid Galek. Galek.
I gotta find
and
one. I can see. Didn't you
I
send it to
sent
me?
it to you.
Yeah.
I sent this one to you for you. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
got
use that. I'm not an orc.
Well, I've been using and playing an orc in my my home campaign.
Wait, how do I unlock it though on PC?
Oh, look, he's got it. It should be in your featured list because it's a featured skin right now.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, in Snapchat.
That's actually really fucking cool.
Go
Yeah.
on, work.
There you go. It just takes a little while to get it going. Oh look, we have
Yeah,
a Grimgash.
Yeah.
Oh shit! So because I'm using the chroma key for you, Evil,
It looks weird.
your orc looks black.
Yeah, same.
And now I've turned it off. It hasn't turned off on my thing. Oh crap.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I had to go to a different one.
I'm wearing a kilt, by the way.
I mean,
that's fun.
I could stick with this one for the show.
That works. That works. I haven't found anything that works for a warlock yet, so.
Yeah,
Love
because I've got chroma key on for death as well, and so we got a black orc.
Hey.
Not to be racist or anything. I mean,
What? It's not racist if the orc looks black.
what
It's a
thing is,
color.
you know what people are like these days. I mean, holy
yeah,
shit!
That's true.
People
Didn't
just
say anything.
the moment you say anything like that, especially coming from a white man, you're fucked. So
It's true.
I mean, I dyed my hair green. Does that make me a gremlin?
yes, it does.
Kremlin fuck.
You're muted. Oh, there you go.
God.
I say you are muted. So we got a dark orc with white stripes on the chat, which is pretty. It's pretty cool. But so get your game faces on. Let's do our recap from last session.
Alrighty.
Yes.
I do need to adjust some lighting here, as now my room has gotten really bright and it's making my forehead disappear with the green screen. So you found a secret entrance to the basement, which turned out to be the family crypt and what's looking to be a cult hideout of sorts, or a cult living area, if you will. After some investigations, you proceed to search the catacombs for this mysterious monster that Rosa and Thorn has said that was trapped in the basement. After a little time, you found a dining area which had old plates and cutlery strewn around, long abandoned. Moving to the west once again, you find yourselves in another corridor. Yes, suddenly hears the sound of change from a nearby room, and you move to investigate. You find yourselves in a large room, several skeletal remains strewn around the walls, chained to the walls. A wooden statue of a man and a wolf on the far wall. Karis suggests to Grim, hey, how about we decapitate the statue? And Grim agrees and strikes out with his axe, leaving a deep wound in the neck of the statue. The moment the axe touches that statue, however, several shadows appear from seemingly nowhere from the walls, and you find yourselves once again in combat. The battle ensues, and you rally to defend yourselves. Yas rages, Grim strikes, swinging his axe, dealing damage and destroying a couple relatively easily. Karis deals some radiant damage, also dealing with a couple of the shadows, and Yas himself striking one down. You defeat your foes without taking too much damage. You continue to the west, finding a closed door and a small corridor. As Grim reaches to open the door, however, the door transforms, shapeshifts, and twists, and large, snaking, sticky tongue reaches out to grab him. But Grim is strong and was able to pull free. With that, once again, you find yourselves in battle with an entity you've not seen before. A toothy, sticky-tongued creature, seemingly just a part of this door. Dastak fires his bow. Yes, throws his axe, dealing small amount of damage. Grim once again strikes out with the creature, which tries to grab him again, but once again he's able to use his brute strength to resist the stickiness and be drawn into the creature's mouth. Yes then charges in, attacking with his hand axe, but not quite as lucky as Grim, and is then stuck to the creature's tongue and drawn into its maw, creature trying to eat him. Karis then strikes out with dissonant whispers, calling out to the creature's mind, "I fucked your mom," and the creature takes some pretty nasty psychic damage and spits Yas out on the floor. With that, Yas then deals the final blow as he severs the creature's long, foul, sticky tongue, and the creature then almost disintegrates before your eyes, leaving an open room. And this is where we rejoin our intrepid travelers, our unwitting heroes, in session 4 of our Curse of Strahd campaign. So, gentlemen, you are now standing at an open doorway. You find yourselves now in a small room, which is if you look on your screens there, is like another small dining room. There's a table with a couple of chairs, a couple of candles in the corner, and not much else. To your immediate right, at the top of the map there is a corridor which leads back to the east. Seems to possibly connect, from what you've gathered with your travels around this place, seems to possibly connect to the hallway leading into the larger room, probably from the opposite end. Directly across from you is another small hall leading into from what you can see from where you are, looks like maybe another bedroom of sorts.
Do we still hear the chanting or no?
The chanting is still continuing, yes. The chants are still heard. Again, now that you're in this room, the chants are more seeming like they're coming from the east, but they're still echoing throughout. And now you can, again, I said you've now almost made out what it's saying. He is the ancient, he is the land.
Here's the ancient.
Okay.
A bit anticlimactic noise, isn't it?
So what are we doing, gentlemen?
You said it sounds like it's coming stronger from the east, though it is echoing through all the halls.
It just, you get that. I mean, it just, as you've sort of moved around through this sort of whole area, and you moved away from that stairwell that you found earlier, it just seems like it's more coming from that area. I say there is a bedroom just across the hall from you. There is a desk in the far corner which you can see as well.
Well, this chanting's gonna give me a headache. So I say we follow the chanting, kill these motherfuckers. Let's go. What do you guys say?
We made it this far. Yeah, let's follow that noise.
This is my favorite birdie.
You want to check the bedroom, Das?
Yeah.
So, Das, you move forward. Everyone sort of said, "Hey, look, we should go check out this thing." So you tell them that you're gonna, what you're gonna do.
I'm going to look into this room because everywhere we look so far, there's something nice.
Well, horror movies start this way. We want to go the other way.
Then why are we going towards the fucking chanting?
You're in a horror movie. So, Das, as you move forward towards the room, this room contains a large wood frame bed. We will find the room for you. So that's pretty much what you see as you step into the corridor. There is a large wood frame bed with a rotted feather mattress. There's a wardrobe to the left as you walk in the room. Sort of looking at the doors of sort of hanging off, and it looks like several old robes. A pair of iron candlesticks either side of the bed. Candles long burnt down. There is a desk in that top corner, which looks like a crate up there. It's not a crate, it's a desk. There is a wooden footlocker at the end of the bed.
Yeah, I see that.
So
I'm gonna go see if that footlocker is unlocked.
You're gonna see if it's unlocked.
Yeah.
You reach out and you grab the lid of the footlocker, and as you lift the lid, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh.
Nah, I'm kidding. Nothing happens.
I was gonna say. Well, there we go again.
You reach in, looking into the footlocker. I need you to make just a quick investigation check for me.
16.
So as you look into the locker, you see a cloak folded up, a very fine looking cloak. It's folded, sitting to one side. There is a small, wooden coffer inside as well, like another small wooden chest. But that's pretty much it. So that's what you see from just opening the lid.
I'm going to grab that stuff and go set it on the desk and look at it.
What are you going to pick up first?
The robe.
So you reach in and you pick up the robe, and you then, from behind you, need to get rid of that for just a second so I can
Oh boy.
just grab a couple of bits and pieces here. You hear from behind you a sounds almost like breathing. Then from the right, you hear the same noise coming from, sounds like it's coming from behind the wall.
Behind the wall.
Do you then move that cloak away from the chest at this point? Because you haven't actually picked it up out. You've picked it up, but you haven't sort of taken it out of the chest or moved away.
No. Not if I'm hearing breathing.
Everyone, I mean, if you guys have followed him in the room, you would have heard that for as well. Watching him sort of reach in and pick something up out of this chest, you then hear that sort of, it's like a low exhale from behind you at the eastern end of the room and from the northern end of the room. It sort of comes almost simultaneously.
Well, guys, I hope you're all ready for another fight. It seems like we're heading that direction.
So what are you doing, Dash?
I'm going to. Is there like a lid on the wooden coffer thing?
Yes.
Is it like locked?
No, it's not locked.
Can I open that?
You
I'm
can
gonna
open it. You gonna open it?
Yeah.
Again, as you touch the lid, you hear that same.
I'm opening it.
You hear the same thing, that sort of a low growl, almost a breathy growl, come from inside the walls.
So did we all decide to go in there with him, everybody?
It's up to you guys. If you're not in the
Bird
room,
boy,
then he's the
are
only
we
one.
in there?
If you're not in the room, he's the only one that hears and sees any of this. So who has followed him into the room, if anyone?
I followed him.
Okay, Grimm's with him.
And I followed the
Yeah,
orc.
yeah, I'm following.
Okay, so you're all in the room. So you all hear this. Every time, like as he reaches in, he's picked up the cloak. He's got the cloak in one hand, sort of still not completely out of the chest, but sort of hovering there. He's reached in and opened a smaller chest inside this footlocker, and every time he's touched something, you're hearing this low, sort of breathy growl from opposite walls.
Grim, god damn it. Can you kick the wall? See what happens. Just kick it.
God. Again?
Break the wall, Grim.
Again?
Just if you can break it, to kick it, see what happens, to see if you can
Remember
start
last
the damn
time
thing
my
exploding.
leg, like, I was got my leg chewed off on a door.
By the way, as you look at the walls, guys, the walls down here are solid granite. These aren't wooden walls.
okay.
You're in a catacomb. This is all solid concrete.
Yeah.
Well then, Daz, don't be afraid of the breathing. Then it can't come out. It's stuck in there, and we're stuck out here. You're good to go.
As soon as he says that, I pull it out.
And with that, we will roll initiative, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Dash. Well done. Let's just find my encounters here.
Give me something good.
We all gonna die today.
So,
21.
Karis, what was your initiative?
21.
21? Yes, what was yours?
Is that just 1d20?
1d20 plus your initiative modifier.
Okay. Got it. 15.
15. Grimgash, what is yours, sir?
8.
Ooh, that's not good. Well, it's not bad either, but it's not good.
God damn it.
I know.
And Das. Did we lose Savage? He looks frozen.
Yeah, I think we lost him.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You see what your initiative roll did?
Kill them.
Yeah.
Whatever's gonna try to kill us killed him for real.
Oh man, you scared him, man.
Oh
Right?
no! We broke him. Hopefully he'll be back.
Oh,
we lost him
no.
completely.
Yep. Oh, he's gone.
We
Came
lost
back
him.
in a robe. That would be.
God damn it, Death! Now you're huge.
See
That is
what I
not.
mean?
Wow.
That's what happens.
All of you guys got big.
Thing is, and when he comes back, it'll change. So you're better off just not.
Again,
You're better off just not fixing it.
But I know so I looked that up. I know why it does that. Just quickly, I know it's because the windows inside of Skype resize when somebody joins or leaves, so they also resize.
Is there any
where
way of
it's going.
fixing it though? Is there any way of stopping that?
Not that I know of. I didn't get a chance to actually look further into it, but I'll check it out and see if there's anything we
Maybe
can do.
if we don't.
I'm just gonna adjust you guys because that looked weird.
Yeah.
You'd think that there would be an option that was like, don't resize windows.
Well, that's what you'd think.
Well, I
wouldn't it?
think I think the
Upon
thing is
exit.
like inside of let me see here in properties. Let's see here. No, there isn't anything in properties.
Yeah, exactly. Social distance, man.
Social distancing.
Because as soon as you blew up, you were like right next to me. I'm like, social distancing. Come on, 6 feet apart.
Don't touch me.
Move! Way too close right now.
Yeah, bastard, you're touching me.
All right, so
what we'll do
know...
is I will play Das at this point, so I'll roll initiative for him. So I've got his details here until he comes back. So I know roughly what he'll do. So he got a 10. And we'll start it. So with that, we will go to our battle cam.
Yay!
Let's set this up. So
Death, it's funny that you're wearing the death shirt. We're all gonna die.
Yeah, I know.
It's a precursor.
Yeah, I know.
Goddamn jinx us, Rosas. Rosas, you jinked us.
God.
What I want to do
Big
when
ass
people
thermal
pull up the map is pull it up. There we go.
So we're going to go to our battle cam. And that is the current situation. You have in front of you. So, where is my laser pointer?
This is some bullshit.
So obviously that there is Grim right next to him. As the Das removed the stuff from the chest, a figure sort of just melted out of the wall behind you, and another figure came in from the other wall, sort of just seemingly sort of just stepped out of the wall as if the wall wasn't there. Karis, you're by the door, and Yash, you're by the wardrobe, and Das is by the chest there.
Where am I?
You're right at the back wall, right there. And the creature's right next to you as it sort of steps out of the wall.
Shit.
So with that, with initiatives rolled,
Nice looking bed though.
you have the top of the order. You've just seen this creature step out of the wall behind Grim, and it's sort of come out, and it's slimy. It looks like it's got its bottom jaw missing, sort of tongue sort of lolling out of an open sort of gaping wound from its bottom of its head. No bottom jaw at all. Long talons, hunched over. He's back.
My whole
Yeah,
computer
back.
crashed.
Oh, now everyone's small again. Holy crap!
Like, I just literally bumped my desk and my whole computer crashed.
That's all good. So I rolled your initiative for you, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
We're just going to resize everyone here. Just give us a second, guys. We should be good. Right, we're back. So I just explained. You see on the battle map there that you are at the footlocker. Grim is behind you. Yas is off to one side, and Karis is over by the door. You've had two creatures sort of melt out of the walls to the east and north. They're slimy, they are hunched over, they've got long talons. One's got his bottom jaw missing, just with the top sort of jaw with teeth and tongue hanging out of the gap. And they've just sort of just lurched forward out of the wall. Karis, it is your first initiative in this combat.
Oh, well, I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast and scream at this, yell at the top of my lungs. I'm sick of this shit.
Which one are you firing at? Which one are you going to Eldritch Blast?
The one right behind the orc.
One right behind the orc? No worries. Roll your attack, sir.
Yay.
Alright, so that's a 1d10, right?
1d10, yes.
No, that's damage. That's damage.
That's, yeah.
Okay. 1 second.
So your D20 plus your attack modifier first.
I'm on it. That's +5?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Please be something good. 19.
19, that does hit. So now you roll your damage.
1d10. 6.
6 points of damage as you sort of hand on your whip, hold your hand out and fire your Eldritch Blast. The dark, sort of reddish purplish energy releasing from your hand, surging forward, snaking around Grim as you sort of reach forward, striking this creature in its upper torso. And it sort of roars loudly as you strike it, but it has taken some damage. With that, do you want to move? Do you have a bonus action you wish to use? I don't think you have anything really for bonus actions. You got Misty Step, potentially, which you don't really probably need to use.
No, good. I'll stay where I'm at.
You stay where you're at? Okay, with that, we then have... Yes, it is your turn, sir. So you've seen this happen as well. You've seen this creature step out of the wall behind Grim, another one step out of the wall opposite you on the opposite side of the room.
Oh my God.
What are you doing, sir?
Can I rage? I'll rage.
You can rage, bonus action rage. And then you have movement and then an action. So you are raging. Yes,
And,
makes a primal
down.
squawk as he goes into a rage. Which one are you going to charge at?
Do I have another action?
You can move and then you can attack.
Okay, so let me lunge forward and then use one of my hand axes.
Which creature are you going to attack? The one by Grim or the one on the opposite side of the room?
The one by Grim.
Okay. So yes, charges forward and next to you there, Grim, and strikes out with your hand axe. So roll your... You only get one attack because you raged. So roll your attack. So D20 plus 6.
Uh, 11.
11. That misses, unfortunately.
Oof.
So you strike forward in a rage, and the creature's quite dexterous and sort of moves and slithers almost like a snake as it moves, and you sort of just miss its shoulder as it sort of twists and turns, sort of looking at you, tilting its head, and it sort of grins and growls at you as you sort of strike out. That is pretty much your turn. Dastak, you now sort of, as you at the moment have a cloak in your hands and you've just turned to see these things sort of step out of the wall as you've sort of stood up to move them away from the chest. What are you doing with the cloak firstly? You're going to drop it? You're going to...
I'm dropping it on the floor.
You
not
drop
in
it on the
chest.
floor? Okay. And now you can turn and see the creature. You probably don't see the creature behind you, but you hear the what's going on behind you. You can sort of quickly turn and have a look around the room. So you see the creature behind, you see the creature to your immediate right. What are you doing?
Going to grab my bow
Yes.
and try to shoot it.
Go for it.
So,
Which one? The one
the
opposite?
one that's... Yeah.
Okay.
The one that's to my right.
Yep.
So that is an 11.
That also misses.
Oof.
So as you draw and knock your bow, you've never seen creatures like these before. I mean, you've been around for a time. You've lived in the Underdark, you've lived on the surface, but you've never seen a creature like this before, and it sort of takes you by surprise, and your shot goes wide. So with that, it is the first of the creature's turns. Turns out, and it is going to lash out at you, Grim, with a claw attack.
Damn.
And rolls a 18 to hit. Does that hit, sir?
What?
Does that hit you? 18. So I need to know your armor class.
Oh, it's a 16.
So 16, so it does hit. So you will take 10 points of slashing damage.
God damn.
You also must make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, where is that at? What do I do?
So
What am I
under your
doing?
saving throws, which is a small square box at the top left of your character sheet, you'll see Con, which I think for you is a +4. So D20 +4.
All right, 1d20 plus 4.
Yes, sir.
Plus 4. 21.
Holy shit. Do you ever save? You feel as the creature rakes its claws across your shoulder and opens a couple of deep lacerations across the top of your arm. You for a sudden you just feel a bit woozy, as if something, some sort of poison or some sort of effect is trying to sort of grip your body, and then you being the half-orc that you are, your body, you're used to all sorts of interesting things, and you seem to just shake it off. The effect sort of only lasts for a second or two. With that, the second of the two is going to strike out at you, Yas, and it does so with a 17. Does that hit you, sir? So we need your armor class, which is next to your initiative. So it does hit you.
Yep.
So again, you will take 10 points of slashing damage, which will be halved to 5 because you're raging. So you only take 5 points of damage. So mark that on your sheet, and you'll also need to make a Constitution saving throw as well.
And using my con, that's +3.
It is.
6.
So you rolled a 3, a D20 +3. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you did not save. So as the creature rakes the claws across your chest, opening up a deep laceration on your chest, your eyes sort of glaze over, and then you find yourself unable to move. You are paralyzed and unable to move.
Kentucky.
You, Grim and Karis, you both see Yas sort of just stop.
I can't feel anything.
And he's literally, you can move, you can talk, but through your teeth, like you can't actually move your mouth. You can look around, but you are paralyzed in spot.
Oh, shit.
So you can't do anything else at the moment. Grim, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the shit out of the one right next to me.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
Alright. What is it?
D20 if you're using your double-handed axe. D20 +6.
1 D20 plus 6. Alright. 13.
That does hit.
Oh, thank God. Alright. And I roll a...
D12 +4, man.
Yeah, D12 +4. Okay. 12 plus 4. It's 10.
A 10 points of damage as you strike out with your double-handed axe. You reach up, come down overhanded, striking the top of the shoulder of this creature and dealing 10 points of damage. You also need to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
God damn it.
As you sort of breathe in and go to make the attack, the stench fills your nostrils and it burns.
Okay, so D20 +4, right?
Yes, please.
23.
Again, your constitution is that you just think, it just stinks. It's just dead. But you did feel something for a moment, but it didn't really seem to make any difference. Right. With that, do you wish to do anything else? Bonus action? Do you want to move, or you want to stay where you are?
I'm going to. I'm going to get out of the way. I'm going to back up a little bit.
You will take an attack of opportunity if you move away, because you're moving out of...
What is that?
Basically, what happens when you move out of melee combat with another creature, they get a chance to attack you as you move away, like as in a reactionary thing.
Shit.
So every time you decide to move away, bear in mind that every creature that you move away from gets an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay, I'm
it's
just
a
gonna
single
hold my ground
melee
then.
attack, but it can still do serious damage. So you're gonna stay?
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my ground.
Okay, you'd know that as a soldier. You would know that would
Yeah.
happen. So I'd definitely let you make the decision. So back to the top of the order, Karis. It is
Any
now
of these
your
things
turn.
dead yet?
No. They the
God
one that you
damn.
attacked, it looks like it's taken some damage. It's not looking bad, but it's definitely taken damage. The one on the opposite side of the room has taken no damage at all.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Why'd you gotta go? Why'd you have to go in the room, Das? Why?
You got 6
I
seconds,
said
dude.
follow the voices. Oh. Toll of the Dead at the one that's over by Grim. Let's at
Okay,
least
Toll
try
of
to fucking
Dead.
kill
Wisdom
one.
save throw. Rolls a natural 15. So I believe that's a save.
Nice.
So it is. So no damage from Toll of the Dead. You hear the bell toll out again as Toll of the Dead is cast, but no effect seems to befall the foul creature that you were aiming for. You have movement if you wish.
No, I'm gonna stand ground.
You stand ground, no worries. With that, yes, it is now your turn once again. You are
what can I do?
paralyzed. You are paralyzed,
yeah, what
sir.
can I
So
do?
you can make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. Six again.
Dude, with a failure, you try and move, and you just cannot move at all. You can see what's happening. Grim's right there, yet you just cannot do anything. Dashtak, it is your turn.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark, the one that's not touched.
Okay, so let's get my markers out here. So we'll mark that with an orange ring to say that you are Hunter's Mark, and
Okay.
we'll just put one on there for yes, for the paralyzation as well. So the one with your orange marker is now marked with Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. Your action, sir.
Shooting another arrow.
Fire away.
Fuck. It's the 8.
Oh, dude, an 8.
God damn it!
Oh my god. So that was almost a natural one, not quite. It must have been a 2 on the roll.
Yep, it was.
But again, you cast your Hunter's Mark, and the target's there. You know exactly where it is. You draw your bow, but you fire, and it just slightly wide of your target. You're not sure what's happening, but you just something's not right. With that, do you wish to move?
I'm going to move back on the other side of the bed.
You move yourself away from the target as far as you can possibly go within the room. It is now their turn. The one that has been attacked on both fronts is going to strike out at you, Grim, once again.
Shit.
With a bite attack this time, missing with a 2. It sort of snaps at you and sort of catches nothing but armor with its bite attack. The other one is going to now move into melee combat with you, Das. Since you've fired at it twice, it is now going to attack you with the claws, which rolls a natural 19, so that's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You will take 10 points of slashing damage, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw also, please.
That's just 4.
Just a 4?
I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have any plus.
Okay, so with a 4, you also find yourself, your body, your muscles just freezing up, and you are now also paralyzed.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna die.
Well, Karis.
I say we dip out and leave them for lunch.
Guys,
It is now Grimgash. It is now your turn.
run.
As the creatures have looking. I mean, you look around. You see Yash is stuck in sort of half pie attack mode. Das is also getting ready, knocking another arrow. Sort of was partway through knocking an arrow. Is now also stuck in that position, both unmoving. You're not entirely sure what's going on, but it's now your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna beat the shit out of that one that I've been working on.
Go for it. As you turn and face it again, you hear it sort of breathing and growling behind you, sort of turning its head from one side to the other, almost in a snake-like movement. Roll your attack.
Alright, that's +6, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright. 15?
That hits. Roll your
Alright.
damage, d12 plus 4.
Oh. +4. 5.
5 points of damage. Again, you strike out with your large axe. This creature staggers and sort of rocks back a bit, and you've opened up a huge wound in its sort of on its right sort of shoulder. No blood though, and it's looking pretty rough now. It's not looking healthy at all. Is that your turn? Is there anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
all I
it.
can do
Back
right
to
now.
the top of the order, Karis. You now have seen Grim deal some pretty substantial damage to this creature. It's not looking healthy. You notice that Yas is unmoving still. You probably can't really see... Well, I'd say you probably see Dash from where he is, and you can sort of see he's not really moving either. It is now your turn.
You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at the other one. Not the one behind Grim, but the other one. We need to start putting some damage in on that one.
Okay, so you fire your Eldritch Blast. Roll to hit, please.
17.
17, that does hit. Roll your damage.
10.
10 points of damage. You fire your, again, focusing your energy, you reach out and fire the darkened energy from your hand, striking the creature in the back. It roars as it gets hit and takes 10 points of force damage. Is that your turn, sir?
How close am I to that? The one that I just hit. How close am I to that?
About 10 feet.
About 10 feet. All right, stand my ground then.
So you stand your ground with that. Yes. Another Constitution saving throw from you, sir.
What's happening?
You hear me?
You were muted. So what was
Yeah.
your con save, dude?
Yeah.
Am I muted? No.
No,
Oh, you're
you're
good
not
now.
muted anymore.
Oh, 17.
17. That is a success. So you all of a sudden everything sort of frees up and all your muscles now release and you think, oh, I can move, awesome. And it is now your turn. You can now attack.
Right, then I attack with both hand axe.
So main hand first, so roll to hit with your first axe.
Is that 20 plus 6?
That's 20 plus 6, yes.
$23.
That hits. Roll your damage, which is a d6 plus 4.
7.
So 7 points of damage. Now you strike out with your first axe, striking at this creature and dropping it to its knees with that blow. Now with your offhand, same thing, d20 plus 6. That one misses, however. You've done the damage with your main hand, your offhand, just the effects of the paralyzation still sort of affecting.
Oh, wait. So only roll a d6 on that.
Don't roll a d6, roll a d20 plus 6, dude.
Yeah. That was my bad. It was a 9.
9, that still misses.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same thing happens. The paralyzation just hasn't quite worn off, and you just don't have the energy. You hit it, but it just doesn't do anything. With that, Das, Constitution saving throw.
Question. So since I'm paralyzed, I can't have concentration, can I?
No, so Hunter's Mark will be gone.
Hunter's Mark drops. Okay.
You are quite correct. So yes, Constitution saving throw, please.
An 11.
That is a success. So again, you sort of and just your muscles free up. You're now face to face with this creature, and it roars at you.
My rapier and my swords. 'Cause I can't shoot a bow.
So it'll take. I'll say that what weapons have you got?
I have my rapier and a short sword.
I would say that at this point, because you'd be swapping weapons, you won't be able to swap to both. You'd only be able to swap to one at this point because of how quickly it's happened. So you can put your bow away and swap to one weapon. You'd be able to grab your second weapon out in your next turn.
Okay.
So strike out with your rapier. So make your attack.
That is a 14.
That hits, and your damage.
Grab it. That is a 6.
6.
That's 7.
7. 7 points of damage as you lunge forward with your rapier, and you find perched just below its rib cage, and it goes right through and comes out the back. And this thing sort of looks at you, looks down, looks at you, and then just roars in your face. And it's a guttural, sort of gurgling, slimy, kind of gurgly roar, but quite loud because it's right in your face. And with that, it is their turn once again. This creature with Yas doing so much damage in that last turn is going to turn around and try and bite you. Fails with a 2. The other is going to try and bite you, Das, and gets a 13 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. You will take. Whew, this is not going to be good for you, sir. I'm going to have to roll this one. 2d8.
Oh.
This could be bad. Oh, 8 points of piercing damage. You're lucky.
Yep.
I rolled low.
8.
8 points, yes.
I'm down.
Are you unconscious?
Yep.
With that, you hear Das and drops, slumps to the floor unconscious. Grim, it is your turn.
All right, I'm gonna whack the one that's like almost dead.
Okay, roll to attack, sir.
Alrighty. Six. It's a 19.
19, that does hit.
One D12, right? Yeah. D12 plus 4. 13.
13. That with that, you strike out with your large two-handed axe and sever the creature's head in a single blow.
Yes.
And the head sort of rolls off and hits the floor with a sort of a sickening thud and almost sort of lulls to one side. And then the body sort of slumps down against the wall and slides down against the wall. You now have movement, if you wish. Because that creature
Alrighty.
is now dead.
I'm gonna move up near the other one.
And that is gone. Oh, crap. Killed the camera.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Fixed it. Right.
Ruined it.
There was a cinematic pan there.
You move into a position behind the other creature. Your fallen comrade now lying bleeding on the ground. That is your turn over. Next, back to the top of the round, Karis. You've also noticed young Das, well, younger than you, has hit the deck.
Is he at 0 hit points right
He
now?
is at 0 hit points. He is unconscious.
Hold on a second, because now I'm getting into stuff that I'm not 100% sure on.
So for you, if I know what you're thinking of right now, you've got an option to cast Spear of the Dying, which would stabilize him, which means he does not have to make death saves, or you could heal him, which would bring him back to consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could leave it
So
and
this-
attack and let him make death saves. He's got 3 death saves before he actually dies, which I will be rolling, by the way.
Yeah.
All right,
So you
all
won't
right,
actually
so
know.
I'll attack then. I'll Eldritch Blast.
You do
on
what you
that
can.
one,
You
so-
do what your character in these sort of situations. You do what your character would do. You don't sort of think, "Oh shit, someone's down. I've got to heal him." If your character wouldn't inherently do that, do whatever you think your character would do by nature. So you're going to attack.
Yeah. Yep, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Roll to hit.
Rolling 19.
That hits. Roll your damage. Again, that energy. 10 points of damage. Again, that darkened energy fires from Karis's hand outwards, snaking around you again, Grim, smashing into this creature's side and almost knocking it over. It's taken some pretty solid damage from this, and it's looking pretty rough. So with that, it is now Yas, your turn.
Yes, you're muted.
You're muted again, buddy.
What's
on,
what's
Kentucky.
left in the room?
You just got the one creature left in the room now.
All right. So yeah, so I'll strike again with my hand axe.
You need to move into position, so I would say you're gonna have to jump up on the bed. As you do so, you sort of run up over the bed and strike out with your first attack on this creature. So roll your attack, sir.
Hey, he's normal height.
He would be. You're dead. Shush. Well, you're
Dead.
unconscious.
You're dead.
You can't talk. You're unconscious.
Sleep talking.
Mute yourself. You're unconscious.
12.
12. That misses. Your first attack, just not finding any kind of purchase. Your second attack, please.
I would have been
No, dude. What is it?
11.
Oh no, a double miss from Yass. The paralysis has taken a real effect on Yass, and he's just not finding any kind of purchase on his attacks. He just can't quite get his muscles to work properly. It's frustrating him, and he's squawking loudly as he's doing it. With that, Das, I will make your first death save. And that is duly noted. Now it is the creature's turn. The creature turns and faces you, Karis, and actually runs, like just turns, looks at you sideways with wide eyes, and then just darts forward really quickly right at you, and sort of going as it does, reaching its hands out. Both Yass and Grim will get attacks of opportunity, so I need you both to make just a standard, just one standard attack. So for you, Grim, your normal d20 plus 6, and Yass, for you the same, just your d20 plus whatever your modifier is.
11.
That one will miss.
I also rolled an 11.
They both miss.
God damn it, guys!
God
As
damn. It hurts.
creature
It hurts.
quickly and kind of eerily, and almost like that movie. Or you remember like Silent Hill, the nurses from Silent Hill? That kind of movement, that jerky sort of undead movement, claws out, moves really quickly, and like almost like the blink of an eye is moved from its position to Karis's position, right in Karis's face, and strikes out with its claws. And misses with a 5. So you're lucky. It strikes out and catches the front of your armor, and you sort of go whoa as it's so close to your face, and the stench from this thing is unbearable. You do need to make a Constitution saving throw, however, because of the smell.
I know, right? I don't know. It just smells.
There's a d20.
A d20 plus your Constitution, which for you will be a 3.
18.
That is a success. So you succeed. The smell is just kind of, it's putrid, and it sort of brings up that bile in the back of your throat, but you sort of, you deal with it. It hasn't made any major effect on you. With that, it is now Grim's turn. This creature shot past you. You spin, and I dare say you just roll in to make an attack.
Yep.
Roll
Just
your
gotta-
attack, sir.
Alrighty. 24.
24. That does hit.
Alrighty. And then +4. Alright, 1d12 plus 4. 11.
11 points of damage. Describe how you destroy this creature with your two-handed axe.
I'm gonna reach over with my mighty axe, and I'm just going to slam right into its shoulder blades and just slice right down the middle of them.
So as Grim raises his mighty war axe, strikes down with furious force, muscles rippling, strikes the creature right between the shoulder blades, burying it so deep that Karis, you are sprayed with some form of, it's not really blood, but it's almost like bits of skin and bone as you see the blade protrude from the front of the ribcage, and with the rest of the motion and the force, splits this creature right down the center, right through the ribcage, down through the pelvis, and so pretty much the only thing that's holding it together now, it's sort of neck and shoulders, and it sort of wobbles a little bit and then sort of folds and tilts to one side and then just collapses on the floor. And we are now out of initiative
Yes.
We made it.
Go.
as the creature falls dead on the floor. So, you have
Gotta pick up homeboy.
an unconscious.
Fuck.
You have an unconscious Das on the floor.
All right. So, Karis, you want to heal him?
Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. I'll heal him. I'll try to heal him.
Got it.
So
Yeah,
you,
gotta heal him, man.
what you have is you've got, Spear of the Dying doesn't heal him; it just stabilizes him. So you'll have to cast Healing Word, which will cost you a spell slot.
Yeah. Okay. And what do I do with this?
So if you're casting it just at first level, 1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 1?
Yep.
All right. 4.
So, Dash, you come to consciousness, breath finding you again, and you wake up sort of blinking your eyes. You're prone still, but you have 4 hit points. The cloak that you picked up out of the chest is on the floor. The smaller chest inside is open, but you haven't removed it.
Daz, if you touch anything else, I'll kill you myself.
Yeah.
Um,
And you have my axe.
but if you glancing in the chest from where you guys are, I mean, yes, you can see in the chest too. You notice that the small wooden chest in there has some stuff in it. There's a couple of vials of red liquid. There looks like some form of mail armor. There's a couple other flasks in there. Looks like it's a lantern. You recognize, you're muted, dude. You recognize in the bottom of it too, to one side, there is a set of tools which you use quite frequently. You recognize them as a set of thieves' tools, and there's a small book in there as well. That
Could use a backup.
Karis, you'd probably recognize the book as a spell book.
And I motion over to Karis to come check this out and hand the book to him. And yeah, I'll probably take a look and investigate that.
So looking at the stuff in there, you definitely, you guys know what a healing potion looks like. You all carry healing potions with you. So remember that during combat, guys. You do actually have healing potions that you can use during combat as a bonus action.
Yeah, Das.
Alrighty.
So there are 2 healing potions in this little chest. There is like I said, it looks like a mail shirt, which it's a chainmail shirt. So when you sort of look at it, you know that it's a pretty good piece of armor it's medium armor, good for a fighter or anything like that. So I think Grim, you're already wearing chainmail, aren't you?
I could use some armor.
Yeah, I should be, yeah.
I think you are. Yes, you'd know that armor for you is probably not the best thing.
I can wear chainmail.
You can wear chainmail as well, Das. Yes, you
But
can
it would,
probably you can wear it, but because of your warrior stuff, you actually get more bonuses from not wearing.
Plus, I need to fly.
Yeah, and it will restrict you in your flight if it's too heavy.
Oh yeah.
So there is.
Say we take.
So someone write down 2 healing potions. Whoever's going to take those, they're in your equipment list.
Those for sure.
They're listed under potions
like,
of healing in D&D Beyond.
All right, who's taking them?
I mean, you've all got healing potions already, but you can elect someone to carry excess gear, which probably either the fighter or the barbarian probably can carry more than anyone else. So,
Well,
in,
chainmail is
So,
actually
Do
heavy.
you want me to carry them both, or do you guys want one?
I'll take one just in case.
okay, so
Okay.
you guys
Either.
on your equipment sheet, hang on, Savage. On your equipment, add a potion of healing. Just one, each of those. Yes, Savage.
All right. How do I add that?
This chainmail is heavy armor.
It's medium armor.
It literally says chainmail is heavy.
It's a
and
chain shirt.
snailmail-
It's medium. It's not chain mail.
Oh, chain shirt.
Is that the greater potion of healing?
No, just a regular potion of healing. So on your character sheet, Grim, you go to your equipment tab, which is next to
Yep.
your actions, and then go to the manage equipment button on the right,
Yep.
Alrighty.
and then wait for the search box to load, and then just type in potion, and it should be the very top potion of healing, which is just the one in black.
All right. So just hit add.
And then just add that.
Since I have quantity 5.
Alright.
Yeah, you've already got 5.
Okay.
You just add one.
So
you
just
just add
add
one more.
Okay.
You just add another one. So it's a chain shirt is what you'd list that as whoever was going to pick that up. So it's medium armor.
I was gonna grab that.
Okay. So
Get off my ass. Get it.
Yep. So add that to your inventory and equip it if you wish. There is what looks like a small tin box. Opening up, it contains a cup and simple cutlery. So it's just a mess kit. So nothing. It's not really worth anything. Worth a couple of silver pieces, but there is.
So can I read that book?
Give me 1 second. There's also another small flask, which you're not quite sure what it is, but it's sort of a yellowy, orangey, viscous fluid in this vial. As you pick it up and sort of turn it, it's a lot thicker than your average potion. So you may need to find someone to identify that for you, because I don't think any of you would know what that is, except for maybe Karis. Karis, roll an intelligence check for me.
I will roll the intelligence. Wow, my intelligence is +0. That's fucking sad.
Wow.
I'm dumb as a box of rocks. 17.
17? No, you've heard of this before. You know what it is. You pick it up, or you have a look at it and you think, that's going to come in handy. It is a flask of alchemist fire. That is also in the D&D Beyond under manage equipment. You just type in flask and it should come up. You read it, you sort of tell the guys, you say, hey, this is awesome stuff. This is a sticky fluid and ignites when it's exposed to air, so do not remove the cork. As an action, you can throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. So then you make a ranged attack against a creature, and the creature will take 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns, and it lasts for 1 minute. So it will pretty much last for an entire round. They can make a dex save to extinguish the flames, however, but it'll come in very handy. There is also a lantern. It doesn't look like a regular lantern. It's crafted differently. The instead of having like glass panels around the outside, it looks like it's a more focused lantern. So it looks like if you lit it, the light would be focused in one direction. You would need to get that identified to know exactly what it is. But if someone just wants to make a note that they have a special lantern that you need to get checked out. You have a set of thieves' tools, which both Das and Yas would recognize. So either one of you guys can grab those. I think you both already have a set, but doesn't have to have a spare.
Great.
So whoever wants to grab that, grab that. Now the spell book.
Yeah, I'll grab one extra backup.
You read through the spellbook, Karis, and you find that these are spells that you yourself cannot cast. They're spells that you're familiar with, it's spells that you've heard of, spells that you know about, and you know them to be wizard's spells. So they're in the book. As you read through it, there's a spell of disguise self, there's an identify spell, a mage armor spell, a magic missile spell, protection from good and evil, dark vision, hold person, invisibility, and a magic weapon spell, but all spells that are outside of your realm of knowledge at this point. I would say that if you wanted to learn 1 or 2 of the first level spells, which is Disguise Self, Identify, Mage Armor, Magic Missiles, or Protection from Good and Evil, I would allow that, but it's going to take you some time of studying to do that.
So I can choose 2 to learn?
You can choose 2 out of those first level spells to learn. And we probably won't be able to add them to your spell list, but what I'll do is send you a description of the spell, how the spell works and what it is, so that you're able to use it at a given point, but it will use a first level spell slot to use them.
Can you tell me those names again?
You've got Disguise Self, Identify, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, and Protection from Good and Evil.
Protection from Good and Evil in the first one. I can't remember what the first one was.
Disguise Self.
There you go. That's it.
May I make just a quick suggestion?
Yeah.
Identify is probably the most important spell that you'll ever learn in this game, because you'll be able to identify magical items without paying for it or finding someone to do it. I.e.
Okay,
the lantern
then,
you just
right.
picked up. And Gareth should be intelligent to know that.
Okay, so switch out the last one with the Identify.
So Disguise Self and Identify. So it's going to take you a little time to learn those, so you won't be able to do it straight away. So what you will have to do is you're going to have to spend a minimum of 24 hours of study time. So what you're going to have to do is make a note that whenever you're having some downtime, make sure you let me know that you're going to do some study, and let me know how long you're going to study for, and then we'll take that off that 24 hours. Once you complete the 24 hours of study time, you'll be able to learn. You'll be able to use those spells. Okay. So just make a note somewhere that you now have a spell book with those spells in it that you need to learn. So with that, you now know that you'll be able to identify the lantern at some point, and the cloak that Dash you dropped.
I was just gonna say
you picked it up again, and it's a very fine cloak. It is very well made, even though that you guys have pretty much been running all over it during this battle. It doesn't seem to have taken any damage at all during that battle.
Yo, Dash, you mind?
Nice.
I wants me a cloak.
You already have a cloak.
I want that cloak. You can have my cloak.
You don't know what
I saved your
cloak
life.
is.
I saved your life.
I got you a spell book.
You didn't give me nothing.
Roll a persuasion check, Karis. Karis is very charismatic, by the way.
What's in that book?
We don't know what the cloak is yet, but
I know. The whole point.
19.
Roll a d20, Dash, and add your charisma modifier.
Okay, so it's 11.
So even though you really don't want to, you kind of agree with Karis. He did just save your life, and you kind of feel indebted to him. So you hand over the cloak.
Okay.
So make a note, Karis. So you have a fine cloak.
Oh no!
And that you need to possibly find out what the hell it is, because you got no clue.
Okay.
You're not even sure if it's magical, but you've got an inkling. As a caster, someone who uses the arcane arts, you've got an inkling that this might be something cool. Mm-hmm. So with that, the chant is still going on, and it's still echoing through these chambers. The room now sits quiet. What are you gonna do?
Do potions still do max?
Yes.
So, like I said from the beginning, let's go after these voices.
Yes.
Dash, please don't touch anything anymore.
I agree with the doctor.
So, I mean, grant you, it was half my fault because I told you it was okay, but I was being sarcastic.
Who wants to check the desk?
You did get a cloak.
Who wants to check the desk?
Not me.
I'm not checking the desk.
I mean, I mean, Grimgash has found some interesting stuff on desk.
I'll check the desk.
You gonna investigate the desk?
Oh
Yeah.
God!
Roll an,
God
roll
damn
an
it.
investigation check for me.
All right. Hold on. All right. What was it? D20?
D20, yeah.
D20 plus. Where's my investigation? 2. Okay. Oh, 4.
You sort of rummage, you sort of quickly, you're not really interested in searching the desk, you sort of just rummage through the papers across the top and sort of open the top drawer and it's like, yeah, there's nothing, there's fucking nothing there. But as you touch the desk, however,
God damn it.
all of you will notice this. Nothing really majorly happened, but all of you sort of notice the room itself changes.
Oh no.
And hanging from a hook in the ceiling from where almost where the chandelier used to be is a corpse
Oh shit.
wearing tattered, somewhat noble looking clothes. You looking sort of at him, it looks like it's a male. You can see there is some skin and that left on the body. It's definitely old, but it's definitely got some skin left on. It's definitely male. And from the description from the children and from the portrait that you saw coming into the house, you believe this to be Gustav Durst. Lying on the bed, head severed, is another body. This one in a fine dress, which once was probably a fine dress, now tattered, covered in dust, rotten. Again, still some flesh on the bones, albeit very rotted and sort of leathery. You can only assume is or was Elizabeth Durst. So with that knowledge, you can only assume that the creatures you fought and destroyed were what was once Elizabeth and Gustav Durst, cursed to continue to roam these halls in ghastly form.
Good times. Good
Well
times.
Well, we kind of. I mean, I feel good about this now because we kind of killed the bitch that killed the kids. So.
I can actually get behind you on that. I still think you're an idiot, but I can get behind you on that.
Do we stay in the room or do we try?
So it's up to you. Talk it out.
Let's go.
Okay.
I say let's go.
Well,
Should
I
we
just say,
Oh, for
it-
God's
like-
sake.
if these weren't the monsters that killed them, what the fuck are we gonna deal with when we actually have to find out what killed them?
Well,
Wait, what was that?
we can already assume that the things that we just fought were them.
Right. So whatever
So-
killed them is gonna fuck us up even more.
Well, not if you keep touching shit you're not supposed to.
I'll touch you where I'm not supposed to.
Let's go.
I'm just saying you did get a cloak out of this.
And he almost got dead.
But did he die?
No, because I saved his ass. That's
Exactly.
at least 2 favors.
And you got
I
a cloak
also
out of it.
almost just broke my monitor with this light. So it literally fell, and I can't put it back up. So
What's a
The
monitor?
lighting's pretty good. You good?
What's a monitor? I've never heard of this
Yes,
thing
I
before.
mean,
what's a
what's
monitor?
this? What God is
I've
speaking?
never-
What is a monitor?
I've never heard of a movie either.
What is the Silent Hill you speak of?
So, what is your decision, gentlemen? We are moving on, moving
Yes,
towards
yes.
the
please.
direction of the chants, which as you move towards the east, back into the dining area which you just came through, you follow the corridor to the east, back up to the cross corridors where you first found the larger sort of room with the statue and then move in the opposite direction. You find a set of stairs descending You follow those stairs. As you follow the stairways descending, the chanting seems to get louder. You then descend a larger set of stairs, which as you get to the bottom, you get to almost like a small landing, but then turns back towards the south, leads down yet another set of stairs, opening up into a large room.
Do we have a pre-planning phase here?
This is the room you now find yourselves in.
Waiting for your stream to catch up. I'd like to do a pre-planning phase before we actually walk in anything.
So you guys are at the base of the stairs here, of this room. I assume you still have a torch lit because there are no torches down here.
Yeah.
Just make sure you let me know that these things are happening, so otherwise you'll be in pitch blackness and not be able to see anything, except for the drow who can see everything.
Yeah. I may die, but I see it all.
But also too, just as a word of warning for the new players, make sure you keep track of your HP and be aware that you could encounter things at any time. So you'd have to be prudent with resting and stuff like that as well. So,
Daz, how much health do you have?
I'm 4 under, so I'm -4 right now. I took a potion while we were sitting there.
Yeah, I got 13 on. I'm like half.
I'm at 24.
I'm at 14 of 18, so not terrible.
yeah. So rather than tell everyone what HP you're at, role play it. How hurt are you?
Oh yeah.
You,
Das, have still got a reduced strength, so you could tell them something like, well, I'm not feeling as strong as I was. I took some damage from that creature and it seems to have affected me in some way, because you now you've got that reduced strength. And yeah, Das, you've taken obviously major damage because you were rendered unconscious, but you have taken a potion to bring yourself back to some form of.
You were fucking dead. So
I'm good now.
He wasn't dead. He was close.
Are you guys good? Because with the closer we get to whatever it is that we're getting to down here, you guys need to be on par.
Yeah.
So
we need to rest.
On par.
Agreed.
Yeah, we need to rest.
Let's take a nap. I'm gonna take a nap right here.
So in the room you're currently in,
days.
You look around this room and it's a pillared room. So all those little squares, there's several pillars in this room holding the ceiling up. And around the edges of the room, as you sort of walk around, there's weird objects just sitting in these little alcoves. Looks like things that the cult may have collected over a course of time. As you walk around, there's a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws on a loop of rope. There's a knife which looks like it's carved from what looks to be bone, could be human. There's a dagger with a rat skull on the pommel. There's an 8-inch varnished orb made from what looks to be an eyeball of some description. There's another bone carving of some sort. There's a cloak, a folded cloak, which looks like it's made from skin. There's a desecrated frog lashed to a stick, which looks interesting. There's a bag which smells terrible. You're not sure what's in it, but it stinks. It literally smells like shit. There's a severed finger. Looks like an old woman's severed finger, putrefied and leathery. There's a little 6 inch tall figure of a mummy with its arms crossed across its chest. There's a small pendant that has a devil's face in it, like a demon's face, and then a small wooden coffer which is open and looks like it has almost like a shrunken tongue. Doesn't look human, some form of animal tongue. But to the west, you do, however, see 2 corridors as you walk around, sort of looking down the corridor, one corridor leads to another hallway. The other leads sort of down a slope, down to a flooded section, which looks like it's not underwater, but there is probably about a foot of water on the floor, and a portcullis which is closed. But that room is pretty much it for that room.
Okay,
Take a short rest.
Where am I positioned at?
I can't touch anything.
You're all probably
any
positioned
this.
wherever you want to be in that room. So it's up to you where you want to be.
I'm in front of them. And I just look at all of them, and I just glare at Daz, and I'm just like, "Don't touch anything. Nothing.
At all.
Nothing.
At all.
Zero. Currently."
I saw your reaction
no.
about the skin robe. Don't touch it. Got your shirt mail. Be happy with that. Don't touch the robe.
Karas has his fancy cloak. You got your chainmail. No.
There's nothing in that pile that cannot wait.
Touch nothing.
No.
We're resting now.
So short rest. I guess I'll take first watch. I'm the only one that didn't take any damage.
A short rest is only an hour. So, to regain spell, I mean, for you, Karis, to regain spell slots, a short rest is all you need for your warlock spell slots. To regain your cleric spell slots, however, you need to take a long rest, which is 8 hours.
Don't I have that thing though, where I can take it's like a meditation where it has the same effect as a long rest? It's only 4 hours.
That's still 4 hours, but that still classes as a long rest. Everyone else would have to take a long rest.
All right, let's just take. What about Yaz? What about his abilities?
Yaz needs to take a long rest to regain his strength.
Yeah, big time.
All right, then we got to take a long rest then.
This is not exactly the best spot. All right, I'm okay with the spell slot. So you guys rest, and I'll.
Well, the thing is, you can still take a 4-hour rest. Das can do the same, so you two can alternate rests. You can take the first 4.
Yeah.
Das can take the second 4, and the other 2 can get a full 8-hour rest.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
So that means everyone
I'm
recovers.
fine.
So you still need to take a rest. You guys haven't. With the time you guys have spent down here, you're probably looking. I mean, you guys don't have any idea what time it is, but your bodies will be telling you that it's now probably late evening, and you do need to rest. Otherwise, you run the risk of suffering exhaustion, which will give you disadvantage on stuff.
No.
So you are now getting to the point where you do need to rest. You do need to sleep. So you have got a place to rest here. You don't have to rest here. You could go back up the stairs into a more secure area. There is a door on the bedroom where the Gustavs are, which you can secure. Grim, you would have been probably the first one to sort of notice that.
Yeah.
I mean, with your background and your experiences, you want to have a relatively secure place to rest, and you know that you've got options further back in the labyrinth, so you can backtrack. You don't have to stay here.
Make the suggestion, my guy.
We could backtrack and go somewhere where it's safe.
Yeah, let's get
instead
out
of going somewhere where it's unknown.
Or so open. You know?
Yeah, I agree. We need to find a place where we have the advantage.
Well, the bedroom had a door on it. We can go back there. I highly doubt that there's anything there that's going to attack us. I mean, Das has already touched everything he can touch.
Agreed.
So with that, seems like everyone's in agreement. You head back to the bedroom where you had just slain Elizabeth and Gustav Durst. You are able to, I mean, it's not a big room, but you're able to sit comfortably or lean against the wall or even lay on the bed if you wanted to move the corpse or lie with the corpse, up to you. You decide to shut that door, bar it somehow or lock it, You got 2 people that have got lockpicks who could potentially lock the door if they wish. So yeah, pretty much up to you guys.
Well, Das and the Orc can take the bed. Ooh.
I don't need. I'm not sleeping.
Huh? You need to sleep.
You need
I'm
to
gonna
sleep.
meditate. I'm going to meditate.
Well, he does. Yeah, he's the same as you. He's an elf.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
I will.
I'll pass out. I'm hurt.
I'll take
I'll,
it.
I'll take. I'll take first. I'll take first watch. I'm the only one that didn't get hurt. The rest of you got
Not
hurt.
every day
I'll-
you get paralyzed.
Who's going second watch?
That'd be me, because
Okay.
Yeah, Dash will have
if
to
we go-
because Grim, you
we
need
get-
to have 8
you're-
hours to gain a full effects for long
Okay.
rest. So, Karis and Dastak have agreed to take alternate watches. So Karis, you'll take first. Dash will take second. So with that, Dash, yes, Dastak, yes, and Grim, you all settle in. Dash, you start your meditation. Grim and Yash, you sort of get yourselves comfortable enough that you can fully rest. And you sort of, after a short time, you drift off to sleep. Karis, do you wish to study those spells during your 4-hour watch?
I do.
Cool. So mark 4 hours off your 24. So you now have 24 hours left of study to learn those spells. Also make a perception roll for me as well during that time.
I will do. 18.
So with an 18, it's kind of, I mean, the rest of you, it takes you a little while to get to sleep to find some sort of place, because that chant is still, and you can still hear it throughout these chambers. So it's kind of creepy, but at the same time almost comforting, and it does kind of help with drifting off to sleep, almost like a white noise sort of situation. After a while, it's the drones, you don't really hear the words, and you sort of drift off to sleep. But Karis, while you're studying the pages of these spells, going through the incantations over and over again in your head, trying to memorize them, and that chant gets grating after a while. Gives you a little bit of a headache.
Mm-hmm.
And you roll an intelligence check for me just quickly, with advantage.
With what?
With advantage, so roll it twice, take the higher.
Okay, with advantage. I
Yeah.
almost shit myself. I thought you said disadvantage. Like,
Nope.
God damn it.
With advantage.
16.
16. So you have some knowledge of Strahd and some knowledge of his history. You, after now sort of sitting here listening to this for a couple of hours, you sort of twig, you think, these cultists must have been making sacrifices to Strahd. He's the lord of these lands. He's definitely a vampire. He's definitely a master vampire. So he's been around for a long time. And the words, "Here's the ancient, here's the land," sort of correlate that for you. It just sort of hit you with, because you hadn't really been thinking about it. You've been dealing with other things, and you've now sort of just put 2 and 2 together. The letter that you guys found when you first camped, as well, the invitation from Strahd himself, basically inviting you, basically telling you that he's invited you to these lands. You have now come to a realization that, holy shit, you've heard stories of travelers being invited to Barovia but not being able to leave, most never returning. So you now have that realization, and it's you kind of think, shit, we need more information. We need to find out what we can do to get out of this place. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck here forever. And with that, the rest of your watch goes without incident. You then wake Dastak for his watch.
Dastak. Good?
Yeah. I'm good. How'd it go?
Jake. Without an issue, but I'll talk to all of you when everyone's rested.
Sounds good.
Not really.
Well,
You can sit on that one.
And with
Go
that,
take your watch.
Yeah, and with that, Karis, you make yourself more comfortable. As you sort of head into your meditative state, your mind turns to the children and the promise you made. Your mind turns to another person that was in your life as well, and your focus is on her for a time before you finally drift off. Dastak, you're sitting there. You're comfortable still.
Yep.
You're awake. You're sort of looking around. There's no torchlight now. I mean, you can see pretty well in the dark, so you're pretty good.
mm-hmm.
That chant again is continuous and ongoing, sort of droning off. You can make out the words. Here's the ancient. Here's the land. You have no correlation of what that may mean. You just assume it as obviously it's something the cultists probably chanted. There may still be cultists here. It might be just resonance from these spirits. You've never seen ghosts before. You've not dealt with these creatures, and as much as you've been around and have dealt with all manner of things, these things are kind of it's weird to you that you're starting to wonder where are we? What is this place? Is everything dead in this place? Is there anyone alive in this land, or are we just going to be dealing with dead things, ghosts, undead, whatever, demons? It's the whole thing is just playing on your mind over and over again. Make a perception roll for me, please. Just perception, yeah.
That is a 24.
A 24. With a 24, again, you don't really hear anything other than that chant just echoing through the chambers. You sort of look up at the corpse hanging from the ceiling, and you notice a piece of parchment. Looks like it's in a pocket in his trousers.
I'm going to grab an arrow and I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to stab the parchment and I'm going to set that arrow with the parchment on the desk.
Okay, so you stand up, you grab an arrow, and you attempt to spear the piece of parchment out of the pocket. I'm going to make you roll here. No, I think it's pretty easy to do. You sort of poke at it, but the arrow tip's too broad and it doesn't really pierce the paper. It sort of pushes it and folds it a little bit. And doing that, you can sort of see if you push any harder, you might destroy it.
Okay, I'm going to go in my pocket and pull out my mouse. And I'm going to I'm going to tell him to go grab it.
You don't have a mouse.
Yes, I do. From my background, I have that little mouse
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
that no one knows about except me.
I forgot about that. Yes. Yes. You did tell me about
That
that.
little-
Um,
From my back.
so let's, because you've trained it, right? It's a trained
Yeah,
mouse.
I have like a little pocket mouse.
Make an animal handling check to see if it will follow your
That
instructions.
is a dirty 20.
So yeah, and you pull out the little mouse and you sort of whisper to it, and you hold it up against the sort of thing, and it sort of shoots out up your arm, up to the corpse, and literally grabs that piece of paper with its mouth. Sort of takes a little bit, but it tugs it out of the pocket, and then you hold your hand out, and it runs back down your hand with the piece of parchment.
And
Nothing
I'm
happens.
going to set it on. I'm just going to set it on the desk.
Just going to sit it. You're not going to read it. You're just going to put it on the desk.
Nope. Nope.
Okay. You sit it down on the desk, and that's pretty much it. Nothing happens.
I'm going to wait until everyone wakes up.
And the rest of your watch goes without any incident. So after that 4-hour period, everyone you don't really need to wake everyone, but this sort of time after sort of 7 or 8 hours, everyone starts to sort of wake under their own volition, sort of naturally wake up, as you would assume that it's probably early morning by this stage. Karis comes out of his meditative state. Yes, you start to wake up, as do you, Grim. And
Do I notice the paper on the desk?
Passive perceptions. There was already papers on the desk, so probably not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that makes it difficult.
So yes, you guys don't really know. Again, no one knows what each individual person heard. I mean, from a player's perspective, obviously you do, but from a character perspective, the information that has been given, none of you guys have.
All right, so I go to Das. Das, how did I go?
Well, I didn't touch anything per se, but there was a note.
What'd you do?
In the dead body. There was a note on the dead body. It's on the table or the desk. Okay, I didn't read it. So.
All right, I pick it up.
Let's just say my friend grabbed it for me. Okay.
Okay. And what friend?
Just don't worry.
Oh, I'm gonna start doubting you, boy.
Somebody else with us?
Okay, it's my little buddy. Okay, I don't want the bird.
Are you haunted?
But if you touch it with your dick, you still touch it.
I'm literally gonna walk up to Paris and be like, I have a fucking mouth. Okay.
I'm not sure how to take that. We'll discuss this later.
So do you pick up the piece of parchment?
Yeah, I pick up the piece of parchment.
You unfold it?
Yes, I pick it up, I unfold it.
You unfold the piece of parchment, and there is something written on it. It's not a lot. And it just all it says is, "We are cursed. The master betrayed."
We are cursed, the master betrayed.
Yeah.
Cryptic. What do you guys make out of it? Das, what do you make out of that?
Does it
Did
say
he read it
druid
out loud?
laugh?
Yes, I did.
I mean,
That's why I just
mean,
repeated what he
to
said.
me, that sounds like whoever they were being like praising to, whatever, they like betrayed him. What I would, because this crazy lady was killing people for their lord master person. I mean, logically, it makes sense.
Your logic is interesting.
I mean, I think it's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just not sure that what I'm on edge on is did the master betray them, or did they betray the master?
Well, the master betrayed. We are cursed. The master betrayed. So if
Think
they're
about that.
cursed,
They were making
They're cursed.
sacrifices
Like
to
a
him.
consequence.
They were
of a-
making sacrifices to him. So much so that they would lock their children into a room. They were making sacrifices. I highly doubt that they
Right.
betrayed them. That betrayed their master.
They may have stopped making sacrifices, and that's a consequence.
what if they made the wrong sacrifice?
Bird,
More than
Bird.
wrong.
Have you seen this place? Does it look like they stopped making sacrifices? Did you see downstairs? Did
Hey.
you see? Did you
no.
did you see
All
it,
I see is
or were you?
monsters. I'm not seeing sacrifices. I'm seeing creatures.
Hey,
What
where
are
do
you
you think
talking about?
fingers come from? Fingers
Where
and
do you-
tongues.
Where
and
do you
things
think
made
all
out of
those
skin.
skeletons came from in that room with
Sacrifices,
the carving?
maybe.
Then why don't you go join the party
Yeah.
then, Kentucky? Jesus. Anyway, last night I was thinking, people generally don't make it out of here. Not necessarily the house, but this land.
What's here?
The land. If you let me finish, God, am I gonna have to sew your mouth shut too? He smiles.
As if you have a spell for that.
I'll use my hands and enjoy every second of it. So, generally speaking, the people that come here end up trapped here. They don't get out. They can't get out. There isn't a way out. You come here because you're invited here.
Thank God we're not people. We'll
And
make it.
I just kind of look at the bird going, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
We were transported here against our will.
So we're going to have to figure throughout our movements here, we are going to eventually have to figure out or find someone that knows a way out of here. Because if we get too far into this without a way out, we're not going to get out. We need to keep that in mind as we move
In
through
that
this.
book, was there any type of direction or map?
No, just pictures of your mom.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Don't be so damn sensitive. Though your mom is hot, though. Anyway.
What was in that book?
For a bird.
I'm
Things
still curious
beyond
about
your
that.
understanding.
Ah, okay.
So, I say from here, we move forward and see where those chants are actually coming from. Das,
Yeah,
I
we
feel I
still-
have to say this again. Don't touch anything.
I didn't touch it.
Good. I'm glad you didn't touch it. Use your little buddy more often, just not in front of everybody. Nobody wants to see that shit.
So with that, you collect yourselves, mark off a day's rations, because you would have had to have eaten and drank and all that during the evening. You should have rations on your sheet, I believe, in your equipment.
Yeah.
You just literally click on the rations and just remove one. So just go -1 and it'll automatically remove it. You don't have to, if you click remove, it'll remove everything. So just when you click on it, just click the minus once and it'll take one away.
Where is this?
In your equipment, if you scroll down and find your rations on your equipment, I'll show you on screen.
Oh, okay, I see it. So I go to manage equipment?
No. Just literally where it says rations, just put your mouse over rations and click it, and the box will pop up on the right. And you'll see a plus minus. Just hit minus once, and it'll remove one.
I straight
Alrighty.
up don't see rations.
Yep, I did it.
And it's all the way down.
Yeah, you've got to scroll down on your equipment.
And that's it. I don't have to hit save or anything like that. Just that's it.
It's under your healing potions, Garrus. It's all alphabetical order, all those things.
Yeah. Alright, so I just hit -1, that's it. I don't hit remove or anything?
No, just hit minus once and it'll remove it. You don't have to, if you hit remove, it'll take them all away.
Okay. Alright.
Good guy.
Did it.
Yeah.
Done.
Right, so that's done. So you got to remember to do that every long rest. Remove rations, so you just have to remember to buy new rations or top it up when you shop and
That's
stuff.
why
Same
I
with
took
arrows.
2 off from our
down
last
two,
rest.
because we
Sounds
didn't do
good.
that. We didn't do that.
Yeah.
the long
Yeah, so if you didn't do it
stairs.
last time you long rest, remove. It's probably my fault I didn't remind you, but
Okay.
again, Dash,
I'll remove
remember to
one more.
remove your arrows that you use as well.
Yep, I have been.
So with that, you move back into that pillared chamber which you came from earlier, with all the little items sort of around the it almost looks like it's a shrine. So You guys are all of you are intelligent enough to know that from discussions you've had just previously that these cultists have obviously collected these items from their victims, or their offerings or something, but they've been collected in this room. So now you have two options. You've got two hallways to the west. One sort of leads down a hallway and then veers off to the right. The other leads down a sort of 20-degree slope to a water-filled, well, not water-filled, but a watery chamber which has a rusty old portcullis blocking the way. But if you look through it, you can see a large open room.
A rusty old what?
Portcullis.
Portcullis.
A portcullis door, which is an iron door, basically, which has got holes
Like
through
a
it.
big iron grate.
Yeah,
It's rusty?
like a rusty old iron freaking sewer grate, basically.
Orc!
Oh boy.
Hey, no.
What?
What if we wait? What if we
Here we
just
go.
go in down the hallway first to see if there's something that can lift it? Come on.
It's a door.
It's a big metal grate.
It's a
that falls down.
portcullis, so it's like, yeah. So portcullis, you know, I mean, Grim would know, and
Yeah.
Dash knows
Like a
as well.
mouse in.
It'll lift up. There'll be something that lifts it somewhere.
Or
All
Grim
right.
Gash could lift it. But,
Yeah,
Or-
orc, lift
yes.
it. Or
Or
foot.
yes. But
Break
think about
it.
this.
Break
If we don't
this.
open it with the normal means, it'll just fall down and we'll be locked in that room until somebody picks it back up again.
And you don't think with everything that's happened here, the moment we cross the threshold on that, we're not going to be trapped in there anyway? If
You
at
know-
least if we know if Grim can lift it up, there's a possibility we can get out in an emergency situation.
Yeah, you
Grim,
guys.
Which could you please try to lift up the grate? If you can't, fine, but please try.
Fine.
So
Damn.
Grim begrudgingly goes down the slope into the water. The water's about sort of shin height, so it's about halfway up your shins. It's only about sort of 8 inches deep, 8 or 9 inches deep, so it's not quite a foot deep. You sort of half pie crouch, get your hands into the slots of the portcullis and attempt to lift. Roll a strength check for me, please. Just a straight D20 plus your strength.
Alrighty, is that a +3?
For you, yes, I believe it
Or
is.
is it? Okay.
Yes, it is.
Alright, 1d20 +3.
Yes, sir.
Alright. 21.
As Grim grunts and puts his effort into lifting what he thinks is a really heavy portcullis, it practically shoots up into the ceiling on its own. It's that rusted and old
Yes!
that there's virtually no weight left in it, and where you've grabbed it almost crumbles in your hands. And yeah, you're able to lift it really easily.
See, the foot would have worked.
The counterweight that would normally hold this up or down seems to have been broken, so there's no way of keeping it up at this point, but it is really easily opened and closed.
Alright.
Can you rip it off if it just falls down, Grim? But what you held onto your hands, it just kind of fell apart, right?
Cheap rusted tin.
Sure.
Grim,
You want me to try and rip it off?
Your video
Okay.
just froze, Mouse.
Yeah, your video just froze.
Oh, no, you're back.
Oh, there you go.
Now you're back.
You're back.
Your video
Everyone's,
froze.
So, yeah,
everyone's
I would
video is
say-
tweaking out.
I would say if you can rip it off, if the rest of it is that fragile, so we don't have to worry about it being there, at least rip part of it open.
Okay. From military tactic is to not rip this off and just know that I can open this. So
Okay.
just in case if we get hoarded and we have to run out, I
Okay,
can lift
I'll
this
trust you
open,
on that. Yeah,
get everybody out, then we can shut it on the enemy that's coming.
all right. I agree with you. So what do you tactically speaking, shall we go through to the other side?
Hold on.
Can we
No!
get anything
Before we
to
do that,
profit?
No, I wanna see if there's anything on the other side, like something dangerous.
The last
like
time that you wanted to see
tripwire.
something.
Tripwire.
Okay. So how
You
do
wanna
you check
search, you want to search for traps, Dash?
Just on the other side,
Just on the other
like
side?
pressure plate. That kind of
Okay. Roll an investigation, please.
18.
You sort of look around the base of the portcullis opening. Grim's still holding it open. You sort of run your hand through the water underneath to see if you can find anything, and it doesn't seem to be any kind of pressure plate or any kind of tripwires or any kind of mechanical devices anyway. You're pretty confident that there's nothing there.
Pretty sure we're good.
Cool. Appreciate that, Das.
I'm just
So
gonna
Better
be.
safe than sorry.
I'm just gonna be holding this up with one hand, just with my arm like around my waist. Just.
Pretty much.
We fucking ready?
Do you step into
-1
the
strength
room?
could hold it.
If you start dancing like a pretty pink unicorn, we can go. Because that pose was just amazing.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Do
Let's
you
go.
enter into the room?
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go to the other side.
Never.
Shouldn't we find something to prop this open?
With us going in, I'm going to drop my my dancing lights
Okay.
to light up this room.
Okay. So as you do that, as you step through and you cast dancing lights, you guys find yourself in this chamber. The chanting, the moment you step into the room, stops. And now pretty much all you hear is dripping, water moving, just the whole chamber. There's a raised section around the outside, so you can see the stairwells leading either side leads up to a raised section above the water. But there's the whole room in the center is just basically a foot deep in water. In the center of the room, you've got that raised section there. So the chanting stops as you enter this 40-foot square room. Smooth masonry walls provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling. A breach in the west wall leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse and rubbish, which you can see right down the bottom here. We move this up. There's a large sort of opening in the wall, and it's just a whole pile of crap there. It's just debris of some sort. Murky waters cover most of the floor. The stairs lead up to dry stone ledges that hug the walls. In the middle of the room, more stairs rise to form an octagonal dais that also rises above the water. Rusty chains and shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above the stone altar mounted on the dais. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of gaping ghouls and stained with what looks to be dried blood. As you sort of walk towards the first pillar, the water deepens to almost 2 feet deep. So half embedded in the east wall, just next to the door, is a wooden wheel which looks to be hidden to some broken, or was connected once to some broken chains, which you'd probably assume, and Grim, you'd probably know that probably once worked the mechanism for this portcullis.
Mm-hmm.
You have all sort of assumed that this looks like a ritual chamber of some description. The blood on the dais and the shackles, you would assume this is where the sacrifices would have been brought, shackled on that sort of dais, and then ritually sacrificed. To allow the altar to be bathed in blood, basically. Yeah, so that's pretty much what you see.
Well, fuck.
Should we cleanse this? Wait, Karis, we didn't hear you.
Not a good idea. Watch your footing.
Yeah. I'm half tempted to kind of cut myself on the hand and drip blood on the altar, see what happens.
Not yet.
I was gonna say we should cleanse this place of the altar.
We need to kind of understand what exactly we're dealing with. If it calls something, we can wait.
On.
We can hold off on it.
Do you want to sacrifice something on this altar?
Yeah. How about your little buddy?
What little buddy?
That's why you have him, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't want to sacrifice anything on the altar. I just want to add some blood to it to see if it's if it's magically activated by blood.
Make
I
Okay.
want to see if it set something off.
Exactly.
Am I still holding on to the portcullis?
No, you're not. You're
Well,
inside.
that's up
The
to
door's
you.
gone.
I mean, you would be if you hadn't moved into the room.
All right, I just dropped the portcullis and go in with them.
Okay. So, what do you guys think?
Well, that's your choice.
Here's the
I do
thing.
have
Here's
a
the thing.
small knife.
If we add blood to this, we might get ready for a fight.
That's kind of the point. Be prepared for it. Something might not happen. I might just be the idiot cutting himself on the hand for nothing. You know, I want to know. I want to see if. What? I'm talking.
Here. Hand you the small knife.
We see what that pile of debris
Right.
is
So,
about.
guys, give me a position for you at the moment.
I'm right on the altar area, the circle area. I'm right there.
I'm with them,
you
so
with him?
right next to them.
Yeah.
We're
Be on step with.
So we're all on the altar. Yeah.
in a circle.
I want to confirm or deny that what they're doing is actual ritual magic or theatrics. And the only way to confirm or deny that is to provide the altar with what it has been used for, blood sacrifice.
Alrighty, so everybody get ready. Get your weapons out just in case.
So,
Bow in hand.
Karis, the, bumbling buffoon here, I'm going to cut myself on the hand and drip blood on the altar. Do I have to roll anything or what?
No, I mean, it's pretty easy for you to cut your own hand. You sort of step forward. Yes, Grim.
Before, can we examine the altar?
It's not really it's a dais. It's just a wooden, a concrete slab. The shackles are dangling from the ceiling, and from the height of the shackles, you could probably see that someone, if they're shackled there, would probably be dangling just above the dais. They wouldn't actually be touching it, and then they would be ritually disemboweled almost, and blood would be allowed to run over the dais.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisper the words that I heard in the chant, just because it makes sense that they're chanting. I'm going to whisper that out loud enough for them to hear me, but not screaming it like passion, and drip my own blood onto the altar. As
you approach the dais, hold your hand out. You draw your blade across it and hold your hand and start running the blood. Almost instantly and very loudly, you hear, "One must die." And then it starts repeating. The chant rises more as 13 dark apparitions appear on the ledges around overlooking the room, each one resembling a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it rather than project light. Where you'd expect to see the faces, you see voids, and then all you hear, "One must die, one must die, one must die." A chorus of voices now speak out. "One must die, one must die, one must die." These apparitions don't seem to be doing anything else. They don't seem hostile in any way, shape, or form. They just have sort of appeared with that blood on the dais and have started that chant.
Well, definitely magical.
Shit.
With that, however, you do also hear from that cave/alcove to one side, you hear movement and sort of a sucking, slurping sound and a roar, and from that alcove a creature starts to stir. It is large It is hulking in size, dwarfing you as it stands to full height and starts to enter the room. With that, we will roll initiative once again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Before that, I think we found the monster.
Think.
That is the smartest thing you've said today.
Should have sacrificed the mouse.
You want to be monster food, don't you?
And
All right,
just
1d20, right?
one second. Yep. Grab something here from my shelf.
Oh god. I don't want to know what this is.
You will know what this is very shortly. I'm not even going to show the battle map just yet. We'll get initiatives first.
Oh, do I know what this is?
No, you don't.
From my favorite enemy?
Okay.
No, you don't.
23.
What is your favorite enemy?
Undead.
No, you don't. So, Karis, 23?
23.
Yes, your initiative.
Let's see. 15.
15. Grimgash,
14.
14. Dastak,
19.
19.
How
Good
did
rolls,
nobody
guys.
get higher than me? God damn it.
Good rolls, guys. Good rolls.
Can't get higher.
These were good. These were good. It's better than
Good rolls. I mean,
friggin' eight.
high initiative rolls from the whole team is good.
Grim, do you still have a torch?
Stand the chance.
So, chat, we will enter into combat once again. With that, we will switch to the battle map so you guys can see now what you face.
Oh.
A large
Jesus Christ.
hulking creature has emerged from the cavern to the
shit.
west. It is covered in vines and leaves and all manner of discarded things, refuse. It's covered in fungus and algae, and it is slowly making its way up and out of this big pile of crap that you just saw. Karis, you are top of the initiative order.
Unfucking fortunately. Eldritch Blast right to the head, if I can aim for the head.
So you, it sort of low, growly grumble as it moves forward, and you fire your Eldritch Blast. Roll to hit.
I'm going to roll to hit.
Roll to hit, please.
Oh, that's right. Plus 5. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. 24.
24, that does hit.
Ooh. God damn.
Nice.
I hope so.
It better hit. Shit.
And a 1d10 for damage.
And this whole time, all you're still hearing is the cultists just chanting over and over again, "One must die, one must die."
Are they shedding light?
No.
So unfortunately, the damage is it? Oh, hold on a second. I rolled a 6, not a 10. Hold on a second. 8. 8.
8
Okay.
points of damage. 8 points of force damage as you turn, seeing this creature sort of moving slowly towards you, and you fire out your Eldritch Blast, darkened energy striking the creature. It doesn't seem to phase it at all, but it's definitely taken damage. But it's
Oh, for
a
fuck's sake.
very hearty looking being, and it is just slowly moving closer towards you.
Somehow I imagine guys talking to the team really quick after I throw the blast. Somehow I think if you got long range weapons, use them.
And with that, it is now Dastak. It is your turn.
Hey, I'm going to stand up on the altar to get higher in the room.
You're standing on the altar?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to hunter's mark this thing.
You're gonna hunter's mark it. As you
It's
stand on the
bonus
altar
action.
too, you notice that the cultist chanting becomes more frantic and louder as you are now on the altar. As if they're getting almost excited that someone's on the altar.
Okay. And I'm going to cat hunter, and I'm going to shoot an arrow at this thing.
Knock your arrow and fire.
That is a 24.
24 does hit. Das draws, knocks his arrow and draws and fires. Roll your damage.
That is 5 and then a d6 for hunters. And that's 6 total damage.
6 total damage.
Yep.
So 6 total damage as you fire your arrow. The arrow seems to almost disappear as it fires into this thing and buries deep. And it almost becomes one with this creature. Again, it takes damage, but just keeps on coming. Is that your turn? Pretty much what you're gonna do?
With that, with my arrow disappearing, I'm gonna yell alchemist fire. Just whoever has it, we need to use it.
Okay, so that'll be your turn. Yes, you're up.
Who has the alchemist fire?
I do.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to throw both hand axes. I look at the sheer size of it.
Okay, you're gonna throw. You got to be careful too. You're throwing your weapons away, just so you know. But you do have claws, so you're probably not too bad in that respect.
Let me throw. I'm gonna throw one.
Throw one. Okay. So make your first attack. Are you going to rage, or are you going to stay not rage?
I am gonna rage.
So bonus action rage. So you'll only get one attack on this turn anyway. So you'll bonus action rage and then throw your hand axe. So roll to attack.
Eight.
That misses, unfortunately. As you throw your hand axe, the creature almost senses it coming, and it raises a large sort of lumbering, viney arm and just deflects it. And the axe hits the wall to one side and sploosh lands in the water. With that, you do still have movement if you wish.
Yeah, I'll move over towards Stack.
So Dash, you're up on top of the dais. Yes, you sort of move backwards a little bit. Grim, you're the closest to this thing, by the way.
Shit.
And it's now your turn. You're not in melee range with it yet, but it's got a long sort of viney arm reaching out towards you at this point.
Okay. Can I use my great axe on its arm?
You can.
Alrighty.
Water.
Let's do that.
So you move into, well, you have to move in to get melee.
Oh, I gotta move in, don't I?
Yeah. You could probably get it. You're within 10 feet and its arm's sort of reaching out to you. So I'd say you wouldn't have to move like 100% right into melee base to base. So you're close enough to attack its arm. But in doing so, you've put yourself in its range.
Shit.
So make your attack.
Alright. Plus 6, right? Yeah.
Yep.
15.
15, that does hit.
Alrighty. Nice. And then
D12 plus 4.
9.
9 points of damage. The creature roars as you strike out with your double-handed axe, striking it in the upper part of its arm. It sort of recoils back with the pain, but then again sort of almost comes up to full height in front of you, which is it's almost sort of 12, 13 feet tall, which is a good 4 or 5 feet taller than you. It dwarfs all of you ultimately. With that, I will allow you to move away from it without taking an attack opportunity. Oh, excuse me, if you
All
wish.
right, cool. Yes, I'm gonna move out of the way. Go back up to the altar.
You move back up.
Run!
Oh, crap. You move back up
Yeah.
to the altar there, creating a bit of distance between you and it. It's sort of looking around. It seems very slow in movement, and it does move very slowly, but it does move. It starts moving in and around, and moves up to the edge of the altar there, which now has reach on both Grim and Karis, and it just reaches out to the closest person to him, which just happens to be Karis.
Great.
It makes a multi-attack, so it makes 2 slam attacks with its large vined appendages. One is a 15 and the other is a 13. The 15 does hit.
So.
Yeah, so the 15 that equals your armor class, so it does hit. So with that, you will need to make a strength check for me.
A strength check?
A strength
I
check.
have no strength.
A strength saving throw, sorry, not a strength check.
Okay, so that's my strength and a D20, right?
So that's a D20 plus 1.
11.
11. You fail the strength saving throw. You will take 13 points of bludgeoning damage, firstly. And you are now grappled by this creature. So you're now caught up in its viney appendage. You are unable to move, so your movement is reduced to 0. You can still attack. You can still, at the start of your next turn, make another throw to see if you are able to get away. But at this point, you are grappled by this beast.
So with that 13 points, do I reduce that from my HP?
Yes, you do.
That's gonna fucking suck.
That is going to suck for you. Yep. With that, it is now your turn, Karis. So you can make that strength saving throw again to see if you can escape.
20.
You succeed. You sort of, as much as it's not really a strength check, you sort of, you fail it the first time, and you think, oh crap. And you sort of wriggle your way out and sort of push backwards from this creature. You are now classed in melee combat with it, so you can no longer use ranged spells unless you roll them at disadvantage. Just be aware of that, unless you move away.
Can I throw the fire at it? It's right
that's
in front of me.
That's a ranged spell. You can, but you'd take damage from it as well. You'd be smart enough to know that.
Yeah. This is true. What do I have for melee?
You have got spells that don't require a ranged attack. So for you, Toll the Dead is not a ranged spell. It's just it's 60 feet, but it's a save more than a ranged attack. So Toll the Dead you could use. What else have you got? Bane you could use. Dissonant Whispers you could use as well. You do have as a bonus action, just to remind you, you do have a bonus action which is part of your racial Misty Step, which you can instantly remove yourself from the situation without taking an opportunity check because you magically step through the shadows 30 feet in any direction that you desire as well.
Ooh, I like that. So that's a bonus, right?
That is a bonus action, yes.
Okay, so I wiggled out, I dropped out, I'm gonna do the Misty Step. And
which direction do you want to step? Back towards the door.
Where am I?
So you're pretty much the purple cloak dude there.
The purple one. Okay, so
you can go back to the door. You can pretty much go anywhere in the room.
I want to move to the right side of the creature. I don't want to move back. I want to move to the right side. All right, so that would make sense. No, okay, no, the other side. The other side.
You still.
The other right. The other right.
If you go over here, he can still reach you from there.
Okay, then the other one. Okay, fine. Go to the other one. Fine.
So that puts you out of his range and up out of the water also.
And I am going to actually do. I want the what was the word of radiance, right?
Word of radiance, yes, which is a Constitution saving throw on my part. and we'll do 1d6 radiant damage. So, do you want to cast that?
Yes.
So, Constitution saving throw rolls a natural 17, so that is a success.
Oh, come on.
So your radiant damage, you focus on your new abilities from your deity and hold your hand out. The radiant force releases, but it doesn't seem to do anything. Because I only just made them trash. That's why. So with that, Karis's spell fails and does not do what he expected, but you are now out of immediate danger across the other side of the room. With that, Dastak, it is now your turn again. And Dash, you're up after Dash.
That's another arrow. Oh, by the way, my lights went out.
Yes, they would have. So it is now dark in
Grimgash,
here, by the way.
Grimgash has the torch.
You still have his torch up? Okay, so you're going to have to be aware, if you've got your torch up, you won't be able to use your two-handed axe. Because you need to have one hand on your torch.
Okay. God damn it. Can I please?
You can throw it on the ground.
You can put it on the ground or on the altar or something so that it's still lit, but just can't have it in your
that's
hand.
what I'll do.
I mean, I'll allow that. I mean, it's...
Yeah,
I'm sort of the DM that assumes that those sort of things are commonplace.
Yeah.
It's something that would naturally happen. So you're not going to be fighting in the dark. You guys are not dumb. So you would set yourselves up to be able to see.
Yeah.
So yeah. So with that, Dash.
Longbow.
Longbow?
Again. Yep. That is a 17.
17. That does hit.
That is. So it's 11.
11 points of damage. Again, you strike out with your bow, finding purchase, dealing 11 points of piercing damage. The creature moans and growls as you strike it, but you definitely do some damage. Are you going to do anything else? You're going to move? Hunter's Mark damage. Hunter's Mark, does it do any extra damage?
I added the Hunter's Mark to it.
You only get that once too, by the way.
Okay.
It's not continual damage. So your Hunter's Mark allows you 1d6 extra damage on a target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. Oh no, it's up to an hour. Okay, you're cool.
Okay.
So you get it every time.
Okay. And with that, I'm going to step down off the altar and go as far behind, like towards the entrance and the stairs that are like to the right, to the top right.
So for you, it'll be over here.
Yep.
Cool. So that puts you there. With that, now, yes, it is now your turn. You have one hand axe left. You are raging.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the unarmed strike. So
you're going to just come in with unarmed strikes? So you rock in, raging as all barbarians do. Charge into combat. Make your unarmed strikes. So you'll get main hand, offhand. So how that works for you is exactly the same as your axes. So you'll roll d20 plus 5 to hit. For your main hand first. And these are automatic damage. You don't have to roll for them.
It's 21.
21 hits. Oh, using your talons, sorry, not your unarmed strike. So 21 does hit, so roll a d4 plus 3 for your damage, and you'll do that for both hands.
So, 4.
So 4 damage as Dash strikes out with his bird-like talons. Again, your second attack with your offhand.
5.
2 talons. Did you roll to hit on that second one?
Oh, wait. Sorry, that was 22.
That does hit, so we'll take that 5 damage. Saves you rolling it again.
Okay.
So with that, you guys watch as Yes sort of flutters up with his wings and strikes out with both his taloned feet, and actually opens up a couple of big nasty gashes on this creature's upper torso. Now with that, Grim, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to. First, I'm going to place the torch on the altar. I'm going to get my great axe and try to hit where he made those gash wounds.
Okay.
With my great axe.
Strike away. Roll your attack.
Alrighty. Let's see.
It's like chopping down a tree.
Plus 6. That is 21.
21 does hit. Roll your damage with your two-handed axe.
That is a plus 4, right? Yeah.
Yep. D12 plus 4.
14.
14 points of slashing damage as you chop into this thing like an axeman hacking down a tree, aiming for the wounds that had already been opened up by Grim and indeed finding purchase. The creature sort of doesn't really move much. It's quite big and hulking, but it does sort of roar in recognition of this attack. It's not looking too damaged, but it is definitely taken a fair amount of damage at this point, so it's looking weary, let's say. With that, it is now its turn. You've had to both move into combat.
Do I have any bonus actions?
Does Grim have any bonus actions?
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. The only bonus action you've really got is your second wind.
Oh,
which
I mean,
enables you.
I mean the additional, like, can I like move out of the way or anything?
You can, but you'll take an attack of opportunity.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but you do have second wind, so if you do take damage, you have the ability once per short rest as a bonus action to regain 1d10 plus 2 hit points. So remember that.
Yeah.
You also have a feature called Action Surge, which you can also do once per short rest, which allows you to have an additional attack.
Alrighty.
So just bear that in mind as well.
Okay.
So with that in mind, do you wish to use your Action Surge at this point, or you want to hold it for now?
I'm going to hold it.
Okay. So with that, you also is now the mound's turn. This mound of trash and crap that's just sort of lumbering into the room. It's going to make a double slam attack at one at each of Grim and Yas, because you're right in front of it. So the first one at Yas, which will hit with a holy crap, 25.
No, God.
So strength,
Wow.
a strength saving throw from you, Yas.
Is that a D20 plus 5?
D20 plus 5, yep.
Oh, 9.
9, that is a failure. So you are now grappled, and you will also take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, which would have been 12, so you're lucky. It's halved because of your rage. So you take 6 points of damage, and you are now grappled. So what that pretty much means is you can no longer move away from the creature because it's basically hanging on to you. At the start of your next turn, you can remake that save to try and get away. The second attack is at Grim, which is a 14 to hit. I believe misses. So you take no damage, and you are not attempting to be grappled at. So you've survived that attack. It's not going to move anywhere. Back to the top of the initiative order with Karis. You're muted.
You're muted.
I know I am. I got it, guys. I got it. All right. So I am going to throw that damn alchemy fire at this thing.
You're going to throw the alchemy fire. So with the alchemist fire.
Alchemist fire. That's it.
Yep. you need to make a roll to hit first. So make just a ranged attack. So for you, it'll be just same as whatever your Eldritch Blast is. We'll make it with advantage because this thing's quite big.
Thank you. Az appreciates that. 16.
That does hit. So you
Oh.
wind up and you hurl the flask of Alchemist Fire. It strikes its target just on the top of its head and ignites. As this flask breaks, it ignites in a brilliant orange reddy fire rather than your typical sort of yellowy standard fire. It's very saturated orange and reds, very magical fire. And the creature roars out again as this fire sort of hits it. And you need to roll a d4 for me, Malice.
Plain old D4.
Yep. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's damage over time. It'll take it at the start of each of its turn.
4.
4 damage, nice. So 4 points of fire damage as the creature is ignited. And it seems to, it doesn't seem to hurt it lots, but it's definitely taking on something. So with that we'll say that was your bonus action to do that, so I'll still give you an action.
Oh, really? That was the throw. That was a bonus. Okay.
I'll call it a bonus action.
Cool. I would like to actually try to do the Word of Radiance again.
Word of Radiance again? Okay, so that is a con save. That is a failure, so roll a d6.
Roll a d6.
Roll d6 of
5.
the damage. So 5 points of radiant damage. Again, your Word of Radiance. What word are you using, by the way? What is the word that you will use for your Word of Radiance? Just to put you on the spot.
You look like Yaz's mom.
No, it's just a single word, not a sentence,
okay.
a word. That's why it's a Word of Radiance.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
pain.
shit.
4.
We lost Twin.
Pain.
Pain. That'll work. You sort of, you don't say it out too loud. You sort of whisper it and whisper pain, and he's back, and the creature takes 4 points of radiant damage. You still have movement, if you wish.
Yeah, I would like to kind of move up towards, like, on the same side where I'm at, but just up towards the middle, if I can.
About there.
Yep, about there. Right there.
Cool. Das, it is now your turn, Mr. Dastak.
Okay. Oh. Again? Yeah. Yeah.
I can't hear you. You're just going to shoot it again with your bow?
Oh. Yep. That is a 16 to hit.
16, that does hit.
Okay. 8. 9 plus 2. It's 11 again. It's
11 again.
For them. Yep.
11 damage again. Nice. You fire your arrow. It strikes deep once again. The creature is it's starting to look like a bit of a pincushion. Got a couple of arrows sticking out of him. He's got a couple of gaping holes. He's on fire. With that, is anything else you want to do? Because was that with your Hunter's Mark damage as well?
Yes, that was with
Cool.
my.
You want to move?
But
Bonus action?
I think I'll just stay there.
We'll stay there. Again, just to let you know that that chant, one must die is still over and over again and quite frantic with Dash, you standing on that altar. Can I get Dastak to make an intelligence saving throw? An intelligence check for me, please.
That is a 3.
A 3. You have no clue, so we will go just leave that. With that, it is now Yas's turn. Yas, you are raging. You have your talons out, and you just attacking. You're in a furious rage.
And I'm grappled, so I can't
You
move
are
away,
grappled,
right?
so you cannot move away. You can still attack. You can, at the end of this turn, make a strength check to see if you are able to remove yourself, but you can attack, you just can't move. So you can still attack it with your talons.
Let me strike with my talons.
Okay, so action your talons first, so d20 plus 5.
Oh, 6.
No, dude. Bonus action attack. Roll again for your bonus action attack. You need new dice, man.
17.
That
I
hits.
know.
So you 1d4 plus 3 damage.
5.
5 points of damage as you again slash forward with your talons. First one sort of not really finding much purchase, but second attack doing some damage to this thing, and it's starting to look a little bit weary now. You're starting to wear it down. With that, it is now Grimm's turn. Make a strength saving throw first, yes, for me.
What is that? It's
for you, d20 plus 5.
d20 plus 5. Okay.
Yes, he's having your issues, Trash. 18, and with that, you manage to pull yourself free of this creature, and you're now not grappled anymore.
Can I move away? Or I have to...
You can move away, but you will take an attack of opportunity. So every time you move out of melee combat of a creature, it gets a chance to attack you as you move. So It's up to you whether you're going to take that attack or stay where you are.
I'll hold my ground.
You'll hold your ground? Cool. I mean, you're raging. You generally hold your ground anyway as a barbarian. That's normally a barbarian trait. So they get into the face of combat. They know they're only taking half as much damage as anyone else because of that rage. So they generally do stand their ground a fair bit. With that, Grim. Once again, it comes to you.
My axe again.
Again, Grim raises his axe and strikes.
You ready? 24.
24. That definitely hits.
1d12 plus 6, right?
Yes, sir.
Or no, wait, plus 4.
Plus 4, I think.
Yeah, plus 4. Alrighty. 14.
14. Nice rolls.
And can I use the action surge?
You can, so that'll give you another attack.
Alright, cool.
So you strike out with your first blow, and it finds purchase, and it strikes deep. And with that, you just literally almost like a dance motion, you strike, redraw the weapon, and then strike again. So roll another attack.
Ready? 6. 19.
That hits also. Roll damage again. D12 plus 4.
12 plus 4. 11.
11 points of slashing damage. And you've now opened a large gaping wound which is oozing dark green fluid from the internals of this large creature. And it is not looking good at all, guys. With that, it is now its turn. And it now lashes out both attacks at you, Grim. You've done the most damage to it, so it's just essentially just attacking where it sees. I believe both will hit. One's a 15, I think that misses. The other is a 24, which I think will hit because I think your armor class is 16. So with that, you will take 1 second. You will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as it strikes down on top of your head with its large appendage. And you'll also need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's a d20, right?
Yep. So how much health have you got left?
I'm at 24.
You've taken 14.
Okay. So I just bring that down.
You bring that down, yeah. So you'll be down to 10. So I think it's the first time you've been hit by it. So.
Yeah. So I hit. So I press damage, right?
Yep. So you just put a 14 in the box and click damage, and it'll reduce it.
All right. There we go. I'm down to 10.
Sweet. So
Alright,
strength
so
saving
1d20.
throw, d20 plus 5.
Alrighty. 14.
That is a save. So it's
Ooh.
exactly what you needed to
Nice.
to save from that. So you sort of, it's a bit of a struggle back and forth. You managed to pull yourself free of this tight, formidable grip. With that, Karis, we're now back to the top of the initiative order.
Yay!
Actually, I got to roll a d4 first, Karis, for the fire damage on this creature.
Okay.
Come on,
3.
guys, got him on the ropes.
3 takes more fire damage. Now your turn, Karis.
Alrighty. Hold on a second. I'm looking at my spells here. Hold on a second. Okay. Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame. Dexterity saving throw of 11. It rolled a 2. And I'm pretty sure his dex is pretty low, so yeah, it's -1, so it's a 1. So that will definitely hit. Roll your damage, please.
I'm just looking at what I roll for the damage on that one. Wait, come on. Move out of the way. There you go. D8. Okay.
Yep, D8 of radiant damage, I believe.
And a 6.
6 points of radiant damage as you grab your holy symbol, which is your whip, as well as your focus, and again you sort of point your hand forward, and just the radiant energy fires from your hand, and the creature just engulfs him in this radiant white hot flame, doing 6 points of radiant damage. You can move, bonus action if you've got it. I think you're pretty much done on bonus actions.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my ground.
Hold your ground. With that, Dastak, it is now back to you.
Yeah.
Karis, make a quick intelligence check for me, please.
Why are you doing this to my guy? My guy's kind of dumb. 17.
Not really. You guys kind of intuitive. With that, you're all hearing this chant, "One must die," over and over and over again. And when Dastak got up on that altar, that chant became more frantic and more excitable. Still a chorus of voices, but you're getting, Karis, you're sort of getting the impression that to get out of this house, potentially, you may have to sacrifice someone or something to appease these cultists or the spirits that are in this place. Especially what you know about death and undeath and everything else. You're getting that impression that they're not just here as spirits just reliving something. They're asking for a sacrifice. You're the only one that realizes that, by the way. No one else does. So Dastak, it is your turn.
I'm going to shoot the thing again.
You're going to shoot the thing again?
Yep. It's 17. So 17 hit.
17 does hit.
8.
8 points of damage.
8 plus, that was my 8d8, so it's
Okay.
8 plus 2, and then
So-
my hunter's mark, which is 4. So that's 14.
14, nicely done. And with that, you strike just above the chest, and who's the closest to it? Probably Grim, and yes. So Grim, you're probably the first to notice it. As this large wound opens up in its chest, you see inside this creature's chest a small humanoid figure, sort of glowing in an almost radiant sort of glow. It's sort of a very dull radiant glow, but it's a very sort of dull whitish glow, but it's about the size of a child. inside this
Okay.
creature. Yes, you probably see that as well. You're both pretty close.
It's a glow.
It's just a small glowing humanoid figure about the size of a young child.
It's in the room with us.
It's inside the creature.
It's
Oh, it's okay. You guys see that?
You can yell it out. I mean, you and Grim see it. The other two probably not so much from where they are.
Do you see the glow of the child and the creature? It looks to be about the size of the children that we saw before. Let's see.
So with
I'm gonna
that,
attack.
it's your turn. Yes, yep.
Yeah, I'm going to attack.
You still going to attack? Okay. Attack away with your claws or your axe.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do the axe.
So you'll get one attack with your axe because you only have one of them.
Okay. It's at 1d6 plus 4.
You got to roll to a hit first, dude.
Yeah, it's what, d20 plus 5.
D20 plus 6 for your axe.
Oh, it's 6. That's right. Yeah. 19.
19 does hit. Roll your damage.
Yep.
So it'll be D6 plus 4.
10.
And with that final blow, as Yas buries his hand axe into the face of this creature, is right down to the wooden handle. The creature sort of shudders and staggers, and then just slumps back and sort of rocks back, sinks into the water. The figure that you both saw inside this creature slowly dissipates and disappears, and is now just a wound, an open wound. And with that, we are out of initiative as the figures, the chanting, everything, they vanish and the chanting stops.
Good fight.
Oh man,
How's everybody feeling?
I'm fucked up.
I'm good.
I'm hurting pretty bad too.
I'm fucked up, man.
I'm tickled pink.
Yeah, I got a
Tickled
limp.
something in a minute.
Yeah, so with that, we return out of initiative combat. You guys, the cultists have stopped chanting, they've disappeared. Grim and Yas, you both saw this child's figure inside this creature. Whether you pass that information on is up to you. But you're the
Kill Shaz, thank you for the ball.
yeah, so there's seems quiet, no chanting. All you hear now is just that water sort of trickling and dripping around your feet.
Well, that was eventful.
Yes, did you see it?
Oh, I saw it. Did everybody else see it? That's that, Garrus?
No.
See what?
The child
Yeah.
within
There
the
was a
monster?
child
What are you
inside
talking
of this
about?
monster.
No.
Yeah, there was a child.
see that.
Grim and I both saw it. And it seemed to dissipate and float off the moment I buried my axe into its face.
Well, that's very convenient, now, isn't it,
Mhm.
Bird?
It was.
That was interesting.
That was.
That's by the way, that is a underhanded way of calling you a liar. Like just to let you know, when somebody says something like that, like, oh, like you said, well, it disappeared when I hit it with my axe. And if I say, well, that was very convenient, meaning,
Well, I don't know enough about it. I mean, I got nothing to lie about, you know. All I saw what I saw.
Roll
No,
an
I've seen
insight.
it. Yeah.
Malice, roll an insight check if you believe that he's lying.
okay.
Well, if you believe they are lying, because essentially you're calling them both a liar, because they both saw it.
We did both see it.
We both did.
Well, I do trust the orc. It's just I would naturally call Birdman here a liar because he decided to tell us that there was an old man or warrior on top of a fucking bridge.
True.
So
roll insight
Karis,
anyway.
Roll insight.
Yeah, I'm on it. There it is, +1.
He was smoking a pipe, I tell you.
Yeah, sure.
Sure he was. Goddamn liar.
18.
18. He's on. He seems like he's on the level. Like this time, he definitely seems genuine, and Grim is backing it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Remember, I was there when he lied about this old man on a freaking bridge. I was the one that threw him on the floor.
He had a crank and a pipe.
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going.
Chicken, be quiet. Okay.
Right.
Trust me. You can trust me. We've seen this thing.
Okay.
With that, you guys, I want everyone to roll a perception check for me, quickly.
Alrighty.
Doesn't have to
Dirty
be quickly.
20.
Dirty 20.
Where is my perception at?
16.
16.
+2. 15.
So everyone got over.
And 12.
Everyone got over 10. With that, you all hear it, all collectively hear at the same time, a low rumble, and dust and bits of stone start to fall from the ceiling above you. Happens, it lasts for a few seconds, and then a few moments later, it comes again. This time lasts a little bit longer. More dust and stones fall from the ceiling. A couple of cracks start to appear. A few moments later, it happens again. This time it's much louder.
Let's go.
We gotta get out of
And
here.
more cracks start to form in the ceiling, and then it starts to continue.
I'm going to lift up the freaking portcullis because I'm closest.
Wait, let's get out of here.
I'm out.
And
I run up to the portcullis.
and with that, that is where we're going to end our session for today, and we're going to pick that up next week as our heroes try to escape the dungeon, which seems to be falling apart down around their ears.
Good roll.
Great.
Good roll.
What a cliffhanger.
Well done, guys. Again,
Oh man.
I would like to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us today. The players, you guys are awesome. You've had another great show.
Yep.
Chat, thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Just to do, before we do completely take off, we'll just do a quick brief recap for some of those that have come in late and sort of have missed some of the show. No, Dastak didn't do anything overly stupid to become unconscious. He was attacked by a ghast, essentially Elizabeth Durst. So Elizabeth and Gustav Durst, who had been in this house, will at some point attack the party when Dastak did disturb their footlocker, though, so it kind of is his fault. But they did get some cool stuff out of it. So this show's been a pretty successful one. They've had a couple of combats, and no one died. Dastak did become unconscious, but he didn't die. So that's the first, essentially it's the first time any of you guys have become unconscious too, so you've done pretty well. Now it's just
done when I got grappled. But I was done.
yeah. So there was grapple. There was, I mean, the damage that you guys were taking was pretty big. 2 shots from that beast would have killed any one of you. brought you to unconsciousness. So you were pretty lucky to not
You're lucky.
go down that road.
Yeah.
But you did well. Overall, the whole thing was done well.
I was right today.
I was almost expecting you guys to complete the house this session, but all I'll tell is that you are close. Not quite there, but you are close. So you're close to your next level as well. So with that, chat again, thank you players. Make sure you go check these guys out on their respective platforms and their socials. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. New Zealand Standard Time for those of us here in the Oceanic region, on Malice's Twitch channel will be the recording of the Bowl Show podcast. I'm not going to be streaming it anymore. I kind of find it pointless streaming it from both perspectives, so we're just going to do it on Malice's channel. It's more for the podcast than a live stream anyway, and I'm focusing my channel solely on Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. So make sure you pop out to Malice's chat tomorrow. Can one of the mods shout out Mr. Malice so we can get that link in the chat for everyone? Also, too, if you're looking for the podcast, Anchor.fm, The Bowl Show, search it, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, all those places that you find podcasts.
Yep, we are on Apple. We are on Apple Podcast now. So.
Awesome. So make sure you go find that. Go listen to the podcast. Last week we had Mr. Alex Rosas, aka Deathvale, joining us to discuss his band and bits and pieces about him. It was a very, very cool show. Go check that out. Go have a listen to that. It was a lot of fun. This week is all about Dungeons and Dragons. So 90 minutes of D&D talk. If you have any questions, come and drop in the live chat, ask your questions, ask them, DM me on Twitter, DM me in the Discord, and we'll answer those as many questions as we can on the podcast. So if you've got a question you can't make it to the live show, hit me up on Discord, hit me up on Twitter. Same with Malice.
And also, just one thing I want to push out. It's not 100% right now, but it's 95% certain. Next month, June, we will be interviewing Daniel Graves from Aesthetic Perfection.
Oh, nice.
So I'm currently in talks with him, setting up times and things like that. So
awesome.
We're about 95% sure that everything's going to work out the way that it's supposed to, but something for you guys to look forward to. If you guys haven't listened to Aesthetic Perfection, go and listen to Aesthetic Perfection, because you're doing something wrong with your fucking life. That's an amazing band.
Definitely. I didn't know who they were until you talked about them recently, so I have checked them out, and yeah, they're really cool. They've got a really interesting sound,
Nice.
and they're an awesome band. So just jump on Spotify, search Aesthetic Perfection.
Yeah, just go to Spotify, look up Aesthetics for Perfection. That's it.
Yeah, not an aesthetic perfection like I did initially.
Aesthetic, like aesthetically pleasing.
It was kind of it was almost the same, but not quite.
Yeah, almost.
So aesthetic perfection,
Perfection.
Oh, man.
So I can give you a link here in just a moment, Trash Man. Just because I know Trash Man's fucking lazy and doesn't like to type.
So I've already
there you
got
go, guys.
2 pages of I've already got 2 pages of information.
So that's the Spotify link there. Go check him out. As I say, Malice will be conducting the bulk of the interview for that, because I don't really know much about the band itself or the artists in general. I will be doing a little bit of research over the coming weeks to have some knowledge. My interviewing technique is I prefer to listen to them and then ask questions based on what they've already told me. So
For sure.
It's more of an improv thing for me. But looking forward to that. It'll be a lot of fun. Should we raid? Who wants to raid? Let's raid somebody.
Yeah, let's raid. Let's do it.
Let's
I
find
am.
someone to date.
This is gonna be the like my stream. I'm tired.
Well,
I'm
you
streaming all
streamed
day.
all day. Like you were streaming this morning as well. So
All day, and I
Yeah.
had an hour break. It was just like a full fucking 12-hour shift for me. I'm taking a fucking break till tomorrow.
so we're gonna find
So-
someone in the Dungeons and Dragons world to stream. To keep
gonna
on the whole D&D thing.
I'm gonna find someone to host. Let's see.
Splendiferous
'Cause I'm on
does painting.
Mixer, so yeah.
Yeah, I'll find someone who's sort of low viewer count D&D, I think. Hopefully someone that speaks English.
Nobody's on D&D over here except for like Robert.
Yeah, Robert's doing a rebroadcast on Twitch as well. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always rebroadcasting, which is like,
It's kind of hard to catch a live show with him sometimes, especially with
yeah,
my
it's
time zones.
it gets frustrating when that happens. I'm just like,
So let's look at a low viewer count, something around 10 or lower. Descent into Avernus, episode 14. Let's look at these guys. Wait for the ad to finish, of course. 20 sides to every story. That's an interesting Twitch name.
it's
It
cool.
is an
That's a
interesting name.
long ass fucking Twitch name.
Let's see who's on. Think of it the follow.
But yeah, so we're gonna just check these guys out. Once this bloody ad finishes, we'll check them out and we'll probably run the raid over there. Like I said, tomorrow morning, come and hang out with Malice and I on his Twitch channel for the recording of the podcast. No stream at all on Saturday. I've got my home game D&D with my brother at his place, and then we'll be back into Paradigm on Sunday. So for those that missed Sunday's episode, go check it out on YouTube. It is available there. We had a really, really interesting plot twist put together by the players that dropped me in it as a DM because I had no clue it was going to happen. I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say that one of the main characters is no longer around, and I didn't plan it. So it wasn't something I did, it was what the players did, but it was awesome. A little bit emotional, but it was a very awesome show. Probably one of the best shows or best episodes that I can sort of think of offhand at the moment. It's one of my favorites thus far. So definitely go check that out on the YouTube. If one of the mods would like to put the YouTube link in the chat, that would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go rate these guys. They got 11 viewers. It looks like they're doing Descent into Avernus, which is a module as well. Episode 14, so they're still relatively early in their campaign. Looks pretty cool, so we'll go raid them. So give me a second.
I'm out.
No worries,
Wife just
dude.
got home, so I gotta bring stuff in the house. I will see you
Yeah,
guys later.
Catch
Good
up, man,
game.
and we'll see you
Bye.
30 minutes or so before the show
See you, man.
tomorrow.
See ya.
Thing that I can do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
good
bounce
show tonight,
too.
guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome,
That
guys.
was really good. Good fights. Good fights. Good
I'd
battles.
say the role play's getting there. You guys are really starting to pick up on the role play portion of it. Twin, you're getting there, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm having so much fun. I love it.
You just pull it.
As long as you're having fun, my dude, that's all that
Yep.
matters.
Legit.
Pop it over.
Perfect.
So with
Yeah, it's a
that,
good time.
we're going to say adieu,
Basically, it's
farewell,
just-
ka kite and all that. We will see you guys tomorrow morning for the podcast, and then again on Sunday night. So come and hang out with us. Say join the Discord. Come and hang out with us. Even if we're not playing or doing anything, I hang out in the Discord all the time. If you want to come and chat D&D. Also, too, if you want a portrait done, if you are playing Dungeons and Dragons and you can't find a character portrait, or you're not artists or anything like that, if you want a portrait done, hit me up. I'm really into doing Portrait Wizard and creating character portraits. I do it for free. I do it on stream on Tuesday nights, so come and check that out as well.
Applos, it is your turn.
Nice.
But until then,
So Apple's
Hey,
cheers,
man.
guys. We'll see you next time.
Very
to help,
creative.
and
Hell
he
yeah.
lowers,
Good night, guys.
Lower him to the ground, and then he'll turn and dash with